Mic check, 1, 2. Oh, I guess we're now back for another round, another season of Phoenix Dota League. Welcome to the third season of this one. My name is Ana the Caster, and I'm going to be joined by none other than Kreos. Welcome to the first intermediate SCA division. Team Meow taking on YMPA. Wow, I cannot read. Hello, say hello, Kreos.
Hey, what's up? Nice to see you guys again. Nice to hear your voice again, Anna.
Yep. And of course, what perfect way for me to be the first game. I call dibs first game, you know, I got first for now. All that stuff. And
Yes,
yeah,
you are
how
the
excited
first, Anno.
how excited are you for this one? Thank you.
I mean, it's nice. I actually think it's quite cool because these two teams are teams that have actually been playing throughout like previous seasons of Phoenix. You have Team Meow, who has always been helmed by Shadow DP and Z, and you have Yawa Musume, which is basically the Aya universe stack. Yeah, some changes, but you know, the spirit of the team is the same. One is the same logo of Team Meow, and the other one is just a weeaboo anime picture.
Yeah, pretty much. So we see some similar faces. We see a little bit of similar faces mixed in with new players, actually. New combos that we're gonna be seeing here in Phoenix League. And if I'm not mistaken, Kreos, there are now 4 divisions here in Phoenix League.
Yeah, I mean, this one, I'm not an admin, but basically, yeah, we have the main, we have the inter, we have upper, and then we have premier. And I think the idea was that, oh, sorry, that's open, right? Yes. And I think the idea is that premier is supposed to be the omega, um, how do I say it? Professional scene, which is basically for
Oh, we have
teams that
5
are like really
actually.
high MMR.
Thank you,
Oh, we have
flagging.
5. Oh shit,
It's
there's
5.
open, right?
So
My bad.
open, main, intermediate, upper, and premier. So
Ah, yes.
very exciting to say the least for Phoenix, because this is actually unprecedented. We're gonna get into the draft in a little bit, guys. I just want to talk about how this is the first time I'm seeing Phoenix League this dive. Like, I think this is the first season where it's more than 3. God forbid Phoenix have more than 3 divisions, but here we are, right?
Yeah, we have 5 divisions now.
So this is I'm pretty sure this might be something new for Phoenix. So there might be a little bit of disagreements, maybe a little bit of like fixes it need to fix out. But you know, I'm just really excited to see how the other 2 divisions will be applied in this one. And you know what that means, Kreos? More games, more casting, more content. that's all I like here.
Bro, I am like gonna have a very hard time keeping track of all the different like storylines, dude. Upper, middle, and lower was already really hard in season 1. This is like, oh my god. But yeah, I mean, fun times. Hey, we should get to the draft. I think it's starting.
Yeah. The draft has already been beginning, and now I'm gonna go through these heroes and bans real quick, Rails, for you. So for Team Meow, Mars, SF, Dawnbreaker Prophet are banned out. For Yawa, it's going to be Undying Shaman Axe. First pick will be Silencer, followed by Team Meow picking up the Marcy. Thoughts and opinions so far?
I mean, I think it's interesting. I mean, the truth is that some of the heroes that were banned out are all like meta heroes, except for the Mars. The Mars is a specialty hero of Universe who is playing in this game, and the Ember Spirit is a specialty hero of DP, right? But apart from that, yeah, generally, you know, just meta heroes coming out. And you have a Silencer first pick, which was responded to by a Marcy first pick, which I personally think this is already super favored for the side of Radiant or Team Meow. But I don't know. What do you think, Anu?
Sorry, say that again. I zoned out.
Oh no, it's okay. I was just saying that I think just in the first phase, Team Meow has already secured a pretty big advantage in the draft, just with that Marcy pick.
I mean, yeah, I would say like what you said, Marcy is that one of those so strong heroes, but Every time I don't know what is it with me. Every time I see a silencer, I just have fear if I'm fighting against it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, I think. Okay, so
Radiant
my
team
observations, personal low MMR observations, is that in pubs, Silencer seems like a Omega strong hero because in lane he's very strong, he can harass and pressure, and in the late game he has this global ulti, right? But I think in these like organized team
10
games,
seconds remaining.
actually heroes that have a weakness in the
5
mid
seconds.
game, meaning when the lanes are being broken and stuff like that, actually have a very hard time playing. And I mean, this is Silence is one of those heroes, right? Because like in the early game, sure, the laning wise, he's quite strong, but in the mid game, you know, when the lanes start to break, when people start diving towers and shit, uh, Marcy being that hero that facilitates all of that, like Silencer really just can't do shit.
Yeah,
So I personally think that Marcy is a really nice response pick.
I would somewhat agree with you. Yes, the high levels can maybe utilize Marcy better compared towards the silencer. But I've seen some games in the past where it's not really necessarily the super highest gameplay, right? Highest MMR. But I do see teams where they draft the Marcy and they kind of force themselves to play this kind of tempo where the enemy team is happy to play into, you know? Because I've seen a Marcy where eventually she wins laning phase, but towards the mid game, she kind of falls
10
off just
seconds
because
remaining.
maybe it's the player, maybe it's the way the team is playing it.
5
But
seconds remaining.
it takes a really special kind of team and player to really make this Marcy work. And especially in this kind of game against a silencer. I feel like the margin for error for the Marcy is very minimal. Well, for silencer, press one button, you essentially kill one hero, right?
I guess, but I mean, you can think of it the other way, right? Like if Silencer gets initiated on, or his team gets initiated on, there's no right time to press the ulti, right? And I think, based on what I know that Marcy plus one
Dire team
is a
pick.
very frequent.
Templar
Marcy
Assassin.
plus two is a common hero like draft matchup, but I'm actually quite confident that this is a Marcy 5 being picked with the gyro. Because I think Marcy Gyro is actually a really strong lane. And I'm quite sure that Merlin,
10
their
seconds
plus
remaining.
4 on this team, if I'm not wrong, doesn't play Gyro. So for a team to kind of like pick up the carry in such an early phase of the draft is actually quite interesting, and it's why I think the Marcy and Gyro has already been picked as a lane combo, because I think to them they're like this lane can't lose to anything, and if worst case scenario they can always just pick the other plus 5 to go with the Gyro and swap the Marcy to plus 4. The Tia came out though. I think that's an interesting pick. I mean you see both carries come out in the second phase, first pick, right? The first pick of the second
Lion.
phase, and you have Lion coming out.
What's your thoughts and opinions on Lion? Because a few patches ago, Lion was arguably one of the strongest. I would argue that he was like probably top cream of the crop in
10
terms of plus four,
seconds
plus five,
remaining.
and then they changed how mana drain worked. And people
5
still
seconds
are picking him
remaining.
up now. What are your thoughts on him at the moment?
I don't know. I feel like Lion again is one of those heroes that's much better in competitive games rather than pub games, because the weakness of this hero is that if you just run at him, he can't do shit. Right? He can earth spike you once, and then if you can still close the gap after the earth spike, he's dead. He doesn't do shit. Um, but I think his value has always been in the chain stun combos on the enemy carry before they get the BQB off, which I mean I like it as a complement to the silencer pick, right? Because Lion can always initiate with a stun, and then silencer can follow up with the ulti.
Oh,
But I'm
Tidal.
actually quite yeah, I mean I think Team Meow is on the correct path here because Gyro and Tide are two heroes which, especially in the late game, can't get bursted down.
10
Uh,
seconds remaining.
Tide obviously because of Kraken Shell. Sorry, because of the
5
innate passive
seconds
thing
remaining.
that strong dispels if he gets damaged. But Gyro, because he has an Aghanims and at some point he'll get a Satanic, and he'll probably live long enough, and if you don't kill him at 100 to 0, he will heal back up to full. On top of that, there is a save for the Marcy. So actually, I don't, just in terms of this Lion pick, you can't really, you're not using it for the chain stun burst kill potential in this game, that's for sure. So I would argue that this is a little bit of a mistake, but again, I wouldn't know because there could be some other like team synergy play here. I think that this patch, Dota is rewarding team synergy more than counter like heroes. Because I
Jakiro.
noticed that. Oh, that's wow. Team Meow's lineup looks really scary. It looks really scary. I'm not gonna lie. Wow.
Yeah, I also want to ask, Tidehunter, it feels like it's one of those heroes that has been lost, I would say, in this
10
meta.
seconds remaining.
So, I mean, like what you mentioned, you pick the Lion
5
not for the
seconds
chain,
remaining.
but for the burst. Where does Tidehunter fit? Not in this game per se,
Dire
but
team
in the
back.
meta and as a whole.
Let me think about this. Tide. I mean,
Radiant team bad.
I think it's a good answer to Lion and Silencer because he just makes it such that like when you initiate, he will probably stay alive after the initiation and he can counter
10
initiate.
seconds remaining.
But Tide is, I would
5
say, been a
seconds
bit lost in
remaining.
meta, as you mentioned, partly because he's very slow, basically. Like nowadays, people are just running over each other. I'm so sorry, I'm having hiccups. But yeah, people are running over each other
Radiant team
and
bad.
stuff, and he's always like struggling to catch up. But I guess it could be facilitated by the Marcy. I am interested to see what the last pick of Yawa is because they actually need some answers here. They need a pos 3 that
10
will
seconds
basically
remaining.
dictate the team fight style that they will
5
have to
seconds
deal with
remaining.
Team Meow. I would say it's something that's high tempo.
Maybe you should drink water
Oh my god.
first.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So, in the meantime, while Krails is dealing with his hiccups, I guess I'll give a little bit of insight here to what Team Meow is trying to go for. I'm looking at this Tidehunter, and maybe Kraos did mention that he wants a Marcy to go with the Tidehunter, but what is stopping Team Meow from putting the
10
Jakiro
seconds
against this Templar
remaining.
Assassin and maybe try to pressure her more in the
Radiant
lane?
team pick.
I think.
Slider.
I think Jakiro Tidehunter is also pretty strong, that's for sure. Especially if you're against a TA and Silencer, you just walk at them and they literally can't right click you back.
10 seconds remaining.
So I think that's a viable combo. It's just that I see Marcy Tide being able to get on top of Silencer and just 100 to 0 him really easily. The starter pick kind of shows what they want to do. Oh my god, it's a sniper mid.
The DP
Oh
classic.
no. Okay, so let me address the Slaughter first. So Slaughter kind of shows that Team Yawa wants to. I mean, to be
5
honest, there weren't a
seconds
lot of
remaining.
offlaner stuff in the pool, but Slaughter does reveal that they want to play tempo. They want to play with the puck, get in, get a burst, and then like stagger kills before Team Yawa can kind of like group up in a big team fight lineup. But Sniper shows that it's just, Sniper against Puck is a nightmare for Puck. Like, you can't fucking do anything, dude. It's so bad. And it's not like Lion is gonna be the all-in answer with the rotation. You're probably gonna need the starter to come in as well to even stand a chance of getting the Sniper. And in which case, a simple rotation from Marcy or even a nicely placed Ice Path from Jakiro would stop that. So just from the Sniper alone, I actually think the Sniper is gonna actually wreck mid quite hard and he's not gonna be answered. But there is some chance, right? As I said before, they have very strong burst potential in Team Yawa. There's the minus armor from Slaughter and TA, and the Lion and the burst, with the coil and all that shit. There is a chance that if they manage to get pickoffs on perhaps the gyro or the sniper, then the team fight can be taken. But if they don't do that, then every team fight's lost, in my opinion. Okay, over to you, Adam. You can do the start of the game.
All right. So, I'll introduce some players and I'll ask you some X factors here and there, Krayos. But perfect. Oh well. I guess we're gonna pause it for now, huh? Anyways, so let's introduce the players before we start this match off. I mean the pause. So hold on a second. Let me fix my Discord because the overlay is messing me up. Give me a second. La, 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 la. Alright, that should fix things up. Alright, so let's get into these players' introductions. So hold on a second. So we're gonna be having 74 on the Marcy, DP on the Sniper, Not Today on the Tidehunter, Zimingzi, Jakiro, Shadow on the Gyrocopter. That's for Team Meow on the Radiant side. On the Dire side, that's going to be it's gonna be Team YW. Akiboshi on the Slardar, West on the Puck, Sylvain on the Templar Assassin, Sheng on the Silencer, Corona Fan on the Lion. And Krayos, it's time for my favorite question. Who do you think are the X factors in this game, and who do you think is the lane to watch this game?
So it comes down to your preference. If you like seeing someone getting bullied really hard, just look at mid and look at the puck. If you like some of that masochistic pleasure. In terms of X Factor though, I would just say look at any lane which is looking to kill the silencer. Basically, meaning if Marcy is on top of the silencer, look at that lane because there's going to be a lot of kills there. If the Marcy is with the gyro, however, then I would actually say you could potentially see a lot of kills going both ways because there is a chance that Slaughter and Lion just get kills after kills, or if they fail that, then gyro with Afterburner and Marcy Pick Me Up is just going to destroy that lane as well. So yeah, I mean, honestly, look at the Marcy lane, and I guess my question to you now, Anno, is who's gonna win? Who do you think's gonna win?
I mean, I looked at Twitch chat and they said that Radiant Team Meow, they have the easier to execute lineup, which I would have to agree on because you have the Tidehunter here, you have the Gyrocopter. It's simply you blink in on the Tidehunter, Ravage, Gyrocopter waltzes in, Sniper free hits in the backside. It's easy as pie, but don't sleep on YW's lineup just because of the fact that they have a Slardar plus Templar Assassin. If the Sniper is not careful, or in fact, anybody but the Tidehunter and the Gyrocopter, if they're not careful, they're just gonna get walloped by the Slardar and Templar Assassin.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you, but again, consider this. Slaughter and TA kind of need to jump in to Sniper to get him, right?
Yep.
There is a Tidehunter and a Jakiro that if they're alert, they could basically just stop that from happening and counter initiate. Meaning that for anything to happen, team... Shit, what team is this called again? Team Wax? Shit, wait. Team Yawa, right, has to put themselves out of position. And the thing is that they have to be out of position away from the silencer and the lion. So how they have to do this is actually key on the silencer. If TA and Slaughter can jump the sniper...
Fight here, Krayos, hold on a second.
Nice.
They're gonna be walking up to the high ground. Sun coming up on the Mars. We have 4-man dual breath. He actually throws Akaboshi down to the low ground. He looks like who's gonna get the first blood. West gets it first with Shadow. And just back there on Akaboshi. Zimingzi, they're still fighting. They're still fighting under the shrapnel. Look out below. Shadow gets a double kill. West gets a double kill. Not today finds Sylvain. 3 for 3. Actually, it's a 4 for 2. Shadow with a triple kill to start things off. Welcome back, Phoenix! We are back with a bang!
Holy shit, dude. This Slaughter is gonna start laning against a Gyro with about 700 extra gold to begin with. He's gonna get a Falcon Blade at the very end of Wraith Band, maybe? Oh, he's not gonna get the Wraith Band. He's just gonna go for Blades of Attack. Oh my god. This is gonna be so hard for him now.
Yep.
Come on, then.
4 for 2 start. I mean, the only silver lining factor about that one, West gets a double kill at the very least, right? He's closer to the bottle. Who died there on Team Meow? It looks like only the supports died.
No,
Rich get richer.
The Slaughter died, and the... Oh, on Team Meow, yeah, only the supports died. Which is bad, actually, because then the cores don't get to come into the lane at full, but I mean they're basically full at this point.
Yeah, they are. Just because like the Marcy was fronting everything, the Jakiro was fronting everything. That was
Yeah.
really smart on the way that Team Meow supports played that fight. Topside, Ziming Z is gonna fight it off right now with Shang, but that's a double-headed dragon going to get some man with the glaive. It looks like the dragon wins this one out for now, Krayos.
Oh dude, the Dragon's actually such a good counter against the. Oh my god, he got a double.
And they are going against Jakiro, going against Templar, like what I predicted, Krayos.
Denied.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I actually thought Z would be playing the Marcy, but turns out Merlin, who is also known as 74, decided to do it.
Lane, Sniper going up against the Puck, which I think that's a Sniper favorite matchup. Topside,
Bro, it's so sniper favorite.
that's an understatement, I would say. Bottom side, Gyrocopter going against a Slardar, and the Gyrocopter opts to go for the Afterburner facet.
Yeah, surprisingly, Puck already has 3 denies in this lane. I'm surprised. Against DP Sniper? Damn.
And we've seen DP Sniper in the past before.
Yeah, dude, the Sniper is actually such a nightmare.
And look at Shadow bottom, by the way. He opts to go for the early homing missile, just so that he can just keep pressuring this Lion and potentially even the Slardar. So this is not an easy lane for the Slardar at all.
Yeah, it makes sense because typically you only want to go for Fat Cannon if you don't think you have kill potential.
Upside,
but
Ziming
this-
Z. He's gonna get gone on by Sylvain. Do they want to try diving this one? Is it enough? He does have stick charges. Looks like the Jakiro lives to fight another day.
Speaking of the Marcy Gyro lane, I mean the key is getting the lane back because if the lane is like near the tower, then Gyro can't get the full combo of Rocket Barrage out. But we'll see in level 3. Once Gyro gets level 3, that's when they really start like fighting.
Oh, Shang, Ziming Z. Is he just dead? He's gonna take out, I think.
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead.
dead?
Nice.
Ziming Z gives a freebie to Shang, and he's gonna love the brain drain stacks.
Oh my god. Puck has only gotten a single last hit in the last 1.5 minutes.
DP Sniper, everyone. DP Sniper.
You know, he's got his second last hit.
Denied.
Well, at the very
Okay,
least,
3-minute Lotus
top
Runes.
lane is stabilizing a little bit.
3-minute Lotuses.
Bottom side, Corona fan trying to contest, but a rocket will deter him from contesting the Lotus. Upside, Shang has to be careful. Gets hit by the dual breath. Tidehunter does not want to try to chase this silencer, wants to go for the last hit instead. Ziming Z continuing to be a nuisance, but Ziming Z
Oh my
has to be
god, Ziming
careful.
Z.
Sylvain walking up. There's gonna be another dual breath on top of the silencer. Refraction activated here from Sylvain. Looks like they will be getting this kill onto Ziming Z. Wait, Shang dies first, doesn't get the brain drain, and they don't even get the kill onto the Jakiro. Bottom side, Akeboshi will run down Merlin, but it's a 1-for-1 as Corona fan falls down to Shadow, dominating on him, by the way. Sylvain
Oh
is
my
still
God.
getting gone on. Dual breath as well. He does have the meld. And invisibility is invincibility. But Shang, his courier's dead. Sylvain's courier is dead. He gets away with murder. Wait, that was the wand of Shang.
Oh no.
What is
at least they get a...
happening?
Oh my god. At least
They're gonna
Shadow
go with
actually
Shang.
made a... Oh my god. Why are
Shang,
they...
he's slowed.
What is
Gosh,
happening?
he's dead again. Goodness gracious, welcome back, Phoenix.
It's just baits after baits after baits, dude.
Good lane. Oh, Puck. He's trying to fight it
Oh.
off with the DP right now. DP Sniper is not the healthiest. Does have a
He has
10
a wand and
stick.
Fairy Fire.
Dancing
Yeah.
around. They have a ward on the high
Wes is
ground.
trapped, dude. Wes is actually trapped. Okay, no, he's
He's
not
gonna
anymore.
use the illusory orb to go back topside, but Wes, he's taking the fight to DP Sniper at the very least, losing in the last hit department by a mile. The Sniper denies is the same as the Puck last hits. Bottom side, double spike going out on top of the Gyrocopter, as well as a double stun Shadow, barely able to walk away. Akaboshi does not have the attack speed just yet to finish him off, but again, the harassment on top of the Gyro. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, actually the Gyro made a very big mistake because when Gyro was out of position and almost 0 HP, he TP back to tower with 0 regen. So the Gyro actually cannot man up at all, and the level 3 power spike potential is completely wasted. Oh, they're actually just
Upside.
gonna kill... Oh my
Sylvain,
gosh, that's
oh
so
my
close.
goodness gracious. No mana. Barely has enough, but he's gonna get run down. Ziming Z gets a kill again onto the Templar Assassin. Another death topside.
Dude, I feel so bad for this puck right now. Holy crap, it's so bad, dude. He's just sitting there being like, I can't hit any creeps. I can't get any last hits. I can't get any bottle refills.
16 denies to 14 last hits. It's a story that just tells the whole thing about
Yeah, I mean, it's the last pick sniper, dude, but I don't. If the sniper gets off to too good a start and it's not like killable in these fights, it becomes very hard. And he's going for double Wraith Band.
Looks like Power Rune is gonna be spawning soon. It's gonna be an Illusion Rune, gonna be picked up here by Ziming, or rather by Wes, and Ziming Z. He tried to contest, but it looks like he will be falling down with Chang rotating over, but here comes the sniper. Look at all that skill coming out, but the spike will be going out. No Dream Coil just yet, but he's gonna stand and fight, and here comes Merlin to help out his sniper. Shang, he's gonna get shot down by the skill of DP. 2 kills for 1 in the mid lane.
He just stood there and shot. Oh my god, it's so bad. Oh,
You know,
it's so painful.
looking at this game now, Krios, I realized that fan favorite Shadow is back and.
Oh yeah, you didn't know? Oh.
Yeah, no, I mean, I saw him the moment I saw his name here. He's playing again, but I also just remembered.
Bot lane, they're diving.
Diving, TP. Do they have to cancel? No. Ziming Z taking a whole lot of harassment once again from the silencer, but Slardar TP is home to safety, but he's gonna give up the Wisdom Shrine.
Free. Yeah.
Freebie. And he get a ward too. Oh my goodness.
And they got both supports TPing down here, actually. That's even bigger. Wes is actually using a smoke to rotate bot because he wants to get a kill. So 4 people on Team Meow are actually going bot right now.
Alright, so, but back to what I was trying to say. Who would win in a carry fight? I keep hearing this, or rather, I just formulated this in my head just because they're quote-unquote fan favorites. It's Shadow and Flygon. I think just hear a whole lot of it.
I'm not gonna shit talk either carry.
I'm not saying anything either.
Oh yeah.
One side, hold on. DP in, Ice Path on top of Akeboshi. They're gonna bring in the sniper! The Dream Coil! The double spike! What are they doing? That's a sniper, not a machine gunner! He's gonna stand, he's gonna fight! Shang will take down the sniper first. Ziming Z finds West. The buyback for the puck though! Ziming Z picks up a double kill!
There's a buyback on the puck.
1. Whoa, wait, the puck, wait! He's back here! He kills off Merlin!
Yeah, he bought back for this one.
Okay. 2 for 3 so far. The ice path on the top of this Slardar. And it looks like they're gonna run him down on the gyrocopter. Mega kill on this Shadow gyrocopter.
Oh, they're gonna go again. They respawn. They wanna try.
Oh, they wanna keep going. Come on. You want the fisticuffs? We got it. First game of the season. Come on. We wanna see blood. Shadow falls down to West. Mega kill. So this buyback, very, very worth it. Backup fire does get dropped down. Ziming Z is gonna try to find this one. Pick me up to pull him away from that one. Spike will connect there onto the Jiro, but Corona fan, he dove in a little bit too deep. He's gonna fall down to Ziming Z. That's a killing spree for him. But Wes is now on a killing spree himself. Double kill for the puck. And he does not choose to TP his illusory orb. He gets a killing spree. Oh, the cancel!
Oh, so close.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
Merlin almost gets that cancel, looking at the mid lane. Regen room picked up. And DP, will he predict it? No. West does not choose to go to the illusory, and chaos in the first 9 minutes of the first game.
Dude, Ziming Z is more farm than the TA. What the hell?
Middle is missing.
Switch lane, Tidehunter goes bottom, Gyrocopter goes to the top. Oh, topside, Shadow! They didn't activate the trap just yet. They're gonna turn around. Shadow! Overwhelming damage onto Shang. He's gonna fall down yet again on the silencer. That's 6 deaths already for Mr. Silencer.
Puck is rotating top though. Puck is rotating top. It might actually be a big counter initiate. Yeah, he's going in. There's a coil. He's dead.
Yep, Ziming Z. There's gonna be the Hex from Corona fan. Very easy pickings here. Or the side of YW, but Sylvain inside the call down with the shrapnel. Sylvain, the damage. Do they have vision? Yes, they do. The sentry just barely clips him. Puck will be coming back in, but here comes a Dream Coil. He's forced to break this one out to Shadow, and Shadow will not survive. Earth Spike on top of DP, dominating now onto the Puck to pick me up to save the sniper this time. This time they're gonna be going out of the fight.
Damn, Puck has recovered super well. He's actually just been involved in like the last 6 kills in the game, and it's actually been working out for him. Like the network is still swinging really hard in Team Meow's favor, but Wes is actually recovering his game very well. He's opted to go for brown boots into naked Witchblade, which I actually think is the correct play. Because he doesn't really want to be right clicking so much as he is just popping in and out of fights. So yeah, well played, Wes.
Oh no, maybe we'll revive the
Oh, they got in. They got in top
Magic
lane.
Spark. Oh boy.
Okay, I cast the curse him. I'm sorry. And his respawn time is really long too because he bought back just now.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe we see the resurgence of Magic Puck, but who knows? Bottom side,
Oh,
off
man,
laners. The battle of this basically
Go,
Aquaman.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't see Aquaman, don't worry. This is basically what happens. It's fish on fish action.
Holy
But he has to be
shit,
careful. Merlin looking for the jump.
Oh
Pick
my
me up
God.
forward. Uni in a whole lot of trouble. Ravage
that's-
committed, and he is just dead.
They canceled the TP on that one. Okay, so ZMC actually put a very interesting ward down at the enemy triangle. This is really nice because you know that TA kind of is gonna farm here if there are stacks. And I mean, what they can do is that if they make a play top by pushing it in, and then somebody else goes to the triangle to farm, this is a very good chance for them to group up and make a play. As you can see, Silence is already TP here. He's gonna be stacking. No, he's not gonna be stacking.
What's
Oh my God, he missed it. He missed the stack. Oh no! Oh my God, I'm so sad. I hyped him up for nothing, dude. I hyped out the stack, dude.
You know what's funny too? It was under the ward, so they saw it.
Yeah.
Silencer
Bro.
opts to go for power treads here. I was expecting that would be minus, but hey, here we are.
Oh my God, I hyped up the stack, man. Holy shit. I feel so sad. Okay, anyway, top lane's being pushed in, and Gyro's actually 100% alone. And it looks like that they're actually going to be fighting on the bottom side of the map, so
Gyrocopter is just
letting
left the
go
free farm
his-
right now.
TA is too, though, which is good news for him.
I mean, Templar Assassin behind the punk at the moment, and then we have the Sniper going for the Maelstrom next. Top 3 of the network, all dominated by Team Meow at the moment.
Yeah, but the thing is that the question right now is that what timing is Team Meow looking for? Because the power spike timings on Team Meow is actually a lot more discreet than the timings on Team Meow, right? If you think about it, right, there's only one real power spike, which is the Tidehunter Blink for Team Meow coming up. And Gyro, maybe that's like Satanic and BKB, which is like very, very far away. So I would say that actually Team Yao wants to be looking for a fight soon, because they will have a blink coming up very soon on the starter, and you know, Puck is going to have his Witchblade. He already has his Witchblade, and yeah, I mean, Lion's going to get his blink soon. When all these timings line up, Team Yao actually will be in a place to really start a fight. But we're going to see a smoke come out on the POS 2, POS 4, and POS 5, connecting to the Tidehunter, because Tidehunter does have ulti coming up very soon in 5 seconds.
Yeah, and their
I just
eyes
really
set
hope-
on Uni, and if he dies here again, that's gonna be the Blink Dagger. He knows
Oh,
something.
Uni has spider senses, dude.
No,
Oh no,
no,
wait,
no
it's
pun intended. He smells
wisdom.
something fishy going on. Tidehunter walking forward, but he does have the Ravage. The Ice Bat actually clips him. And there's the 2-man Ravage into the Macro Fire. Global Silence will be coming out, but it looks like Uni will be falling down. He burns in the
Nope.
Macro Fire.
Oh.
He's alive, but here comes the Sniper. 360, all that skill. Kills off Uni, and the Blink Dagger gets delayed. Another dual breath hitting into the backside west. He's gonna try to disrupt the fight, but Coronavirus will be falling down in DP. He's gonna shoot down this Puck. 3 for nothing in the bottom side. That's a wisdom as well.
Meanwhile, Gyro is just happily farming in the top side of the map super efficiently. He's gonna push down a tower, he's gonna farm the camp and the wave at the same time.
And
looking
Templar tried to help out. All she does is just walk back to the base to get regen. Bottom tower already under pressure. Mage Slayer now on the Tidehunter.
Yeah, so this is where the Tidehunter pick actually comes in really well, because you can see that even when Global Silence, Tide doesn't give a shit because he's standing in front, right? Silencer and Lion both can't do shit to him. And this is where I guess you could say Team Yawa's draft really like screwed up. Lion and Silencer don't do anything at all in this part of the game. they require players, heroes, to really like kind of make plays with them. But the starter is unfortunately, as a last pick, not enough damage to make a move on any one of them. If they want to make a move on a sniper, they didn't
Mid
address the
lane.
Marcy.
He is surrounded on this puck. Can he try to dance his way out of this one? Goes up to the high
Oh.
ground, hit by the dual breath. There's
Nice.
gonna be 2-man
He
stun.
saved.
Good stun there by Corone. Will help secure the puck's life, but
They get a mid tower for this. Gyro is joining for this one, and his ulti actually does a lot of damage and will land with the Tide. But Tide doesn't have ulti, 40 seconds.
Backside. Hook.
Dire's middle tower
Poking,
has fallen.
prodding. Looks like he won't be jumping in onto the orb. They will take down the middle tier 1 tower for their troubles.
Yep. Now they're sweeping up to top. There's a haste rune that's going to come in to play by the sniper. And yeah, if TA stays there, she's dead. Which she is going to be smart
Oh,
and retreat back.
Ward actually spots out the smoke
Radiant's
there.
top tower is under
Ooh,
attack.
no, there's a catapult wave pushing their tier 1 top. So they have to deal with this. Like, this is so
Templar
triangulated.
just TP's out.
Yeah, I mean, they know.
Radiant's top tower is under
The
attack.
smoke is
Oh,
just a
Kian, you might want to show the KDA on the screen, or like do the tab thing every once in a while so people can see the scores.
Alright.
A request from a viewer.
I'll hold this out for like 5 more seconds here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I can do it every 5 minutes. I'll try to apply that. Top tier 1 tower will be falling down to the side of Team Meow.
They're
And
gonna
all
trade,
tier
though.
1s are dead.
Bottom tower is under
Oh!
attack.
Avengers TP, the rainbow TP is coming out here bottom. They want to defend this one.
There
They do have a
is
Ravage
a-
at the right.
yeah.
There's gonna be the Ravage.
Oh.
Ice Path clips onto the puck. Do they have the damage? Yes, they do. Global Silence will be coming out, but it's too little too late. They'll take down Shane. Not today, just rips him a new one. And Corona Fan is forced to run away. He gets an Earth Spike here on top of the Marcy. But the mid is already dead once again. Templar Assassin still in the area. Hex going out on top of the Marcy. The Marcy continuing to run down this Lion, but the Lion will finally be safe. But Triangle, you have to be careful on Sylvain and Uni. Uni stays around for a creep. Pick me
Oh,
up. Too
Uni.
greedy here on the Slardar. He's gonna get chain stunned. He's gonna die once again.
You can really see here how like Team Meow's lineup synergizes so perfectly. You have a Tide that otherwise would want the Bling Dagger but doesn't necessarily need it because the Marcy is always there to kind of like push him into the enemy. You have a sniper who dominated his mid lane and is always ready to clean up kills. The initiation from the Marcy and the Tide is always followed up by the hero, and the Gyro is just there for like cleanup
And then there's
if
Shadow.
needed, right? Yeah. Well, Shadow's the Gyro, but yeah.
Shadow's just chilling here.
Shadow's the late game insurance, right? Who won his lane? That's the most important thing. Like all you need from a carry is to win his lane and then just farm like well, right?
I mean,
And
shout
I
out
say
to
he's
the
doing that
start
well.
that Shadow had. He basically had 3 kills at minute 0. And that
Yeah.
was like, that was instant boots of speed against a Slardar of all
No, he
offlane.
went for Falcon lane.
No, he went Wraith Band, and then he went Falcon.
Oh, yeah.
Bottom tower is under attack.
The thing is that like this TA is gonna be in a little bit of trouble right now. There's no BKB coming up from him, and while I mean it's like the fight goes like this. If the puck is not initiated on and Slaughter's not initiated on, TA can't do shit
There goes Courier.
at all.
Has been
Oh.
killed.
It's
Courier
okay.
is a sacrificial lamb to scout things out. So it looks
Yeah.
like the side of YW will be avoiding that area for now.
Radiant's
I mean, I
bottom
think we can
tower is
argue
under
right now
attack.
that Team Meow is actually
Bottom
not
tower has fallen.
capitalizing on the lead that they have, right? Because they're just sweeping across the map as 4, but in a way that isn't pushing in lane. So you see at bot, Puck actually has the ability, is like able to push in lanes to put pressure on bot side. Gyro is actually quite exposed on the top side, and they are just going to be pushing in mid. But I guess now they are going for the objective, which is the correct play if you want to increase the pressure. It's just that they could have done this like 30 seconds ago, I feel.
Tier 2 tower, looks like it's gonna be taken down by Team Meow in just a moment here. Gonna get the last hit, it's gonna go to Z Min Z. That's my pause 5.
Okay, they're going on the top.
Side, Shadow has to
Oh,
be careful.
what a
Beautiful
save.
save, but
Oh, not
Slardar
safe.
just runs up to the
Not-
diagonal.
not-
Global Silence and a Finger of Death. Goodbye, Shadow, and it looks like Merlin will be joining him into the grave. Backup fire will get dropped down. There's a Ravage.
Oh,
Uni's
what a
gonna get
Ravage on 4.
4-man Ravage coming out from the Tide Hunter, and he just like his username, not today, YW. It's 4 for 1.
Tower is under attack.
Goodness gracious! Team Meow coming out swinging.
Oh, that was actually the most perfect start like Team Yellow could have, right? Marcy actually supposedly saved him, but actually put him into the spot that was even worse than if he was just left alone. It was in a small pocket, right beside the stairs, so you couldn't escape at all. But I mean, after they killed the gyro, there's nothing that they could do because there's just so much counter initiation, right? There's a Jakiro, there's a Tide, there's a Marcy who's just ready to go back in, you know. Like, they don't care. And then the sniper's just shooting shrapnels and shit, like, all over the place. You can't do anything.
And YW, that was essentially their wombo combo. That was Dream Coil, Global, Finger. You get the one kill, but like what you mentioned, the counter initiation, they just don't get much out of it. Oh, Spock, able to get away with the illusory orb. Looks like Merlin thought he went into the Roche pit. Looks like the puck will be instead cutting this bottom creep wave as the smoke. Once again, looks like they want to try going for Shadow. Shadow does not have a BKB. They're trying to surround this bottom lane. Akeboshi gets spotted. Spring forward from Shang. They're alive for now, but it looks like the TP out. Vision,
he got it.
no vision.
He's alive.
Shang is able to escape with his life. Akeboshi also able to blink away, but at what cost? Bottom tier 2 tower, very low on the HP. Very
I mean, the
dead
good news
to
is-
Zeman.
Oh, they could have glyphed right there. What? Okay, so the thing that doesn't make sense to me is that they could have actually glyphed at tier 2 tower at bot and then let West continue to cut bot wave, but I guess it works out because, you know, they're not pushing the tier 3, but they could have. Now the correct move is to go for Roche right now, which is scouted out by the pump and the
Vladimir's
Lion. Oh, Couriers.
Couriers. Hello.
But
Come on.
Couriers need 3 hits because of Marcy.
Oh, that's some good gold in the pocket. Roshan gonna be falling down most likely to Team Meow unless there's gonna be a contest somewhere. Doesn't look like it though.
I mean, we've reached a stage of the game where it's unwinnable for Team Yao now because the whole advantage, the whole way Team Yao's draft could have worked was just to capitalize in the mid game. They should have gone all in for that stage of the game, but they didn't actually. So I guess it wasn't communicated to them during the draft phase that this is also the way that they should have played. But right now, you know, Team Meow doesn't have to do anything anymore. They don't even have to sweep across the map. They just need to stand in front with Gyro and Tide
Wing dagger on
and
the
snipe at the
Tide.
back. Yeah, and Tide doesn't even need a blink at this point. He just needs to stand there and wait for them to go on him, right? Which is never gonna happen. Sniper has a shield rune, he's a Hurricane Pike. If he gets a shard, it's even worse, I'd argue. So yeah, I mean, I honestly think the game's over, like right now. But we'll see, you know. I can cast the curse
YW.
quite strong.
Yeah, I think you might have cursed them. And it looks like the mid racks will be falling down. No answer really from YW here. Templar Assassin continuing to farm there in the jungle. And mid racks falls down 23 minutes into this game, 29 to 12, 13k gold lead for Team Meow as so far they've just come out swinging here, best of 2 by the way, in this round
I mean,
robin.
all in all, this was I would say this was a massive draft failure. The start.
Oh, backside. They wanted to try going for the live sniper, saved by the Marcy. Rocket will be thrown out here. Won't be able to get it. Shadow taking a good amount of damage from the puck. Will be able to get away. Pick me up. Will secure Shadow's life with the first life at the very least. Oh, Corona fan.
Oh my god.
Link forward
Tide
onto
Hunter
the
is
Lion.
separated from his team. Okay, no, he doesn't care.
Do they know? They do know. Well, Pikiro will reward that ward quite easily.
Yep.
But very uneventful there so far for the side of YW as they just can't find any type of opening against Team Meow.
There is a little bit of a chance, right? Because the way Team Meow, to be very honest with you, Team Meow is also making some potentially. Oh, they're gonna go on the silencer.
Silencer.
Oh, they're initiating and Ravage
Call
will
down will be thrown out. Silencer does have a buyback. Push forward there from the puck just to try to do some damage. Creep wave should be falling down. Macropyre also gets thrown out. Shadow with the flat cannon pushes forward. Looks like Akeboshi has to go back, but they will take down the tier 4 tower, tier 3 tower. Link forward, Ravage! But the buyback global silence just to try to save this one. Sylvain in a whole lot of trouble. That's gonna be the first life of Shadow taken away. West, he's gonna get Yule Scepter up into the Iceman. That's a box around and dead. No buyback for him. 1 for 1 so far, but that's just the Aegis. Oh, Akeboshi almost dies to the sniper, but DP standing strong, standing proud. They will take down yet another lane of Rax, and they have no answer for this one on the side of YW.
Top barracks have fallen.
Yeah, I mean, this was honestly Silencer did really well there, right? Like he did his job. The one thing that he could have done, which was wait for Tide to go in and ulti, and then press the silence so that there'll be no follow up. The problem is that the rest of the draft is not equipped at all to counter initiate or counter like.
That's a good amount of damage there from Sylvain. Tickling the Tidehunter at the very least. Akiposhi on the sideline, waiting for the blink forward. Oh, actually, Tidehunter will be going in. Corona fan will be falling down. Does have a buyback available. And this is going to be Mega Creep potentially if YW don't do anything.
It's, yeah, I mean, again, as I said before, this is a draft failure. I would say that both teams actually played okay. Maybe the mid lane could have been better, but nothing really that you could have done in this game. Once you have a puck that has been massively countered with a sniper and you don't, I mean sniper was last pick, but you don't account for any kind of like hero that can man up or take fights against
Lion butt back. Goodness gracious. They're gonna try to jump in here on the two supports, but no follow-up. Blinking forward now is a Tidehunter, but the Tidehunter does not have Ravage just yet, but they just can't do the damage. DP with the BKB now.
This one hurts. Yeah, I mean, there's a BKB on Marcy, actually.
We'll be able to get away from that one, poking and prodding at Teaming Z, and now Tier 4 towers are now being pressured here by the Creep Wave and as well as by Shadow. They have a Ravage in 25 more seconds. No Lion for 30 seconds. Let's see how Team YW can get out of this one as DP. Doing sniper things. Shadow takes down a Tier 4 tower. Puck is gonna try to push forward, gonna try to get kill onto the hero, unable to do so. Looks like they want to try pushing on, so Puck has to be careful. They're gonna be jumping in onto this one. They get the hero, but Chang will be falling down. And look at the Marcy trying to man fight this one. Finger will be flying out, and there's gonna be a damage hitting on the two heroes. They're gonna take down the line once again. Akeboshi falls down, and they do it.
GG.
They call it GG. 27 minutes in. Team Meow dominating in their first game back here in the Intermediate C division.
Well, Adam, what do you think? This one was one-sided all the way, but I'm not sure what happened really.
This is a classic BTA gameplay. You know what BTA stands for?
What does that mean?
Built to ass gameplay. 9-0.
Okay. Honestly, to be honest, I think it just seemed. I think the draft wise, I keep harping on this, right? But like, Team Yawa's draft was just two problems. One, they didn't really have an answer to the Tidehunter, and they picked a Lion into the Tidehunter, which I think was a massive mistake. And a Lion into a Tidehunter Marcy, actually. Gyro, heroes are like running at them. And they didn't, the second thing is that they didn't pick anything to deal with a lineup that would run at them. Like, Puck hates people running at him, Templar hates people running at him, but you just continue to pick heroes that hate people running at you, and it's a big problem. The last thing is that I guess Team Yawa never really identified like the timing that they could actually have gone to take fights, because I think I kind of felt like there were a few moments in roughly the 14-minute mark to 17-minute mark where there was actually some opportunities for them to take fights. Wes was actually playing really well like after the early laning stage, and he made some really good moves, but the truth is that it was only him that was able to capitalize on that. TA, I feel, went a bit too passive this game. He should have just realized that he can't outfarm the Gyro and start to move with his team to make pickoff plays, because they needed that damage.
All right.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, Kraos just said a mouthful. TLDR, draft diff. Well, that's gonna do it for game number 1. We're gonna go into a little bit of a break before we head into game number 2. But guys, don't go anywhere, because this is a best of 2. Team Meow and Yawa Musume Pretty Animal, more in just a bit. Alright, welcome back. Game number 2 between Team Meow and Yawa Musume, Pretty Animal, also known as YWPA. YMPA. We'll be referring to them as YM for now. And yeah, game number 2 now on the stream.
They're paused,
game number
actually.
Oh, they're
It
paused.
seems. Yeah.
Yeah, by the looks of it.
Interesting.
Game number 1, by the way, will be game number 1. It was Team Meow taking that 127 minutes against YM, and we are now back.
5 seconds remaining.
We are now back in this game. They have now on pause. Looks like drafting now begins. So Kreos, what do you want to see differently specifically for YM at the moment?
I mean, dude, ban the Marcy, ban the sniper, man. The Marcy was actually so crazy impactful that game. I think it was. I think if you don't ban the Marcy, it would be quite a big mistake. The other thing is that I hope that in draft, whoever's drafting for Team Yawa, please pick the carry a bit later, or think a bit more about like how you want your team to play with the heroes that you guys have, because I mean, I think there seemed to be a little bit of a mismatch. But yeah, I mean, Team Meow banning out the Mars and Team Yawa banning out the NP. I think it's important to note that actually this game, Team Yawa has second pick, whereas last game Team Meow had first. Sorry, last game Team Yawa had first pick, and they first picked the silencer. Now, Team Meow has first pick. Hey, sorry. Oh,
it's
sorry,
the
my
same.
bad. No,
It's
it's
still
the
the same.
same. It's the same. Yeah, Team Yawa has first pick. Which means, hey, you know, draft-wise, you can't do the same thing, dude. Like, ban the Marcy. Yep, that's it. Nice. And now that the Marcy is banned, actually, I think there's a Dawnbreaker ban coming out here on Team Meow. But I feel like we're gonna see some specialty heroes or strong, more meta heroes coming through. I'm not sure. So I did look up Wes's heroes, and I realized that he doesn't play Leshrac, which I feel like is one of the defining heroes of this patch, especially in the mid lane. So I don't know. I think it is something that you need to think about, and if you're not willing to draft your whole team around it, then you should just ban it for sure. They ban out the Quap, they don't ban out the Puck. So if they ban out the sniper here, then you know it's gonna be a free DP Puck if they pick it up instead.
Would you rather fight DP's Puck or DP's Sniper?
I would rather fight DP's Puck against DP's last pick sniper. But if DP's sniper is not last pick, then I think I actually would rather his sniper. His Puck is also pretty good. Okay, we go for Shaman instead. And in my eyes, the answer here is Silencer. There's quite a few answers actually. There's Abaddon.
We actually just talked about we actually talked about the Shadow Shaman counter, and funny enough, it's Shadow. Rather, you mentioned that it was Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, actually, I did, but picking Spirit Breaker first phase a little bit risky. There's Dark below. There's Shadow Shaman, Shadow Demon in the pool. I would actually be happy with an Undying pick right now, because if I'm being honest, Undying kind of fucks every single one of the universe's like offlane heroes.
Wind Ranger.
But they go for Wind Ranger instead. Okay, interesting. So I think I would hazard a guess to say that this is a 100% Merlin or 74 Wind Ranger, because Wind Ranger is his specialty hero. And them picking it first phase is kind of them saying that, you know, fuck it, give me the wind, it's okay. But I do think that, okay, if I'm being honest, I think this is a mistake. I think this was a very good opportunity for Team Meow to pick a hero that strongly counters the Shaman and then ban two heroes that deal with it afterwards. Whereas some people might argue that the Wind Ranger Shadow Shaman matchup is kind of even, right? Wind Ranger can interrupt the Shadow Shaman, but the Shadow Shaman can survive the power shot as well as knock down the Wind Ranger, who is very slippery otherwise.
Dire team ban.
Axe gets banned out there. So
Yeah.
Squap.
I feel like Yawa is gonna start building up towards a Legion commander pick here, because I mean, looking at the heroes that Universe plays, there's Magnus, There's
5
Venge,
seconds remaining.
there's LC, still left, and I think of all those heroes, I would much rather be having an LC on my team. But again, that would mean that they would have to play in a less team fight manner and more of like a look around the map and pick off heroes kind of manner.
10 seconds
The other hero
remaining.
that they could go for is Magnus, but Magnus actually suffers pretty
5
hard against a
seconds
Wind Ranger,
remaining.
so I wouldn't go for that. Venge is, doesn't work well with
Radiant
Shaman in my
team
opinion, but we'll see. They battled Beastmaster. Interesting. So they're afraid of Universe Beastmaster? Okay, I haven't seen him do that before. And they go for Tusk. Okay. This is a very weird Tusk pick, I would say. Can you guess why, Anna?
Is it because he's gonna get shackled?
No.
10 seconds
It's
remaining.
because they have 2 +4s on the side of Team
5
Meow.
seconds remaining.
Oh,
That's it. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Tusk being played as a position 5 every now and then, right? So this
Yeah.
will really gear up for Team Meow. I would expect them to pick their carry next for Team Meow.
Yes, but that means that they haven't picked a strong +5 laner. And what that actually means is that they need a +1 hero that synergizes very well with Tusk.
Who would
Heroes that
you-
come to
who
mind
would you
are
suggest, yeah?
Ursa, Weaver, SF. These 3
SF's
are
banned.
heroes. Oh, then it's Ursa and Weaver, and potentially
Dire team pick.
Luna, potentially Terrorblade, potentially Monkey King. Of which I know Shadow actually doesn't really play like Ursa that much. And he actually
10
plays
seconds
SF, but
remaining.
he doesn't do that. So of these heroes, I actually would
5
argue that this is a
seconds
pretty good
remaining.
jug game right now if they pick the jug on Team Meow.
Even though you're going arguably against a Dark Willow, which I mean, yeah, you'll have Blade Fury, right? But what if the Omni Slash bounces towards this Willow?
Well, the point is that like Jug will only commit his Omni Slash if he's confident that you kill
Void
someone.
Spirit. Oh.
So he can always just not Omni Slash the Dark Willow, right? And he can always just spin down Dark Willow instead. So, and even if it lands on the Dark Willow, then he just spins to kill the Dark Willow. Void Spirit. Okay, so it to me, what
10
I'm
seconds
looking at,
remaining.
it feels like either the hero pool of
5 seconds remaining.
Westlog is limited, that they are restricted to pick the Void Spirit, or they're opting to go with another high octane tempo synergistic like mid game draft again. But to be honest, Void Spirit doesn't really work that well with Shaman, from what I understand. Because Shaman's technically kind of slow, and I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't see it happening. I'm gonna be honest. Void Spirit does do well against Tusk as well, though, because he can always get out of the snowball, he can always dodge the ice shards. It kind of works against Wind Ranger as well. You can silence him and prevent him from escaping, so I do see that happening. But again, this is a counter pick in my eyes, and it's less of a synergistic team pick right now. So I'm not sure where it's going. Team Meow seems stumped by this, though. They've been taking a very long time.
Monkey King.
And
MK.
Monkey King comes out. This is a mid DP Monkey King response against the Void Spirit. I think they were like, you know what? We liked having DP basically shove a finger up the ass of Wes the last game. Let's do the same in this game.
10 seconds remaining.
And I would argue that's actually even better now because Monkey King likes to tempo
5
up with
seconds
Tusk and Wind
remaining.
Ranger. Like these are heroes that like having somebody to go in with them. So MK is good, but I do see some issues. The main one being the fact that Monkey King actually is quite susceptible to dying to Shaman or Dark Willow quite easily actually. It just takes one unlucky root or one unlucky hex where his team is not around him and Monkey King will die like super easily.
Yep, Team Meow on the board, 35 seconds left on their reserve time. So, you talked about their current picks, Kreos. What do you think are your predictions for follow-up picks for both these two teams, respectively?
I mean, honestly, I would really like to see an Abaddon come out right now on Team Meow. I think Abaddon is super good.
Dire team pick.
It's super good against the. Oh, what the hell?
Hoodwink? Is this? No, no, they're not doing this, right? This early?
10 seconds remaining.
I think this is a mid hoodwink.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, this is mid hoodwink. Okay, let me think. This changes up things a bit because I didn't agree with the mid monkey pick, and I'm not sure. If it's mid hoodwink, it kind of makes sense. It works very well against Shaman. It works very well against Dark Willow. It
Dire team ban.
can bully out most melee mid laners. Okay, this Abaddon pick is pretty good, I would say.
Radiant team ban.
So yeah, Team Yawa is going back to the. We run around the map and we want to find pickoffs, and this time they're doing it with a added bonus of we want to run into you. And I actually would argue that Team Meow has failed to address this in their draft. They would want to pick a hero that wants people to run into them. So I would say a good answer here would be Centaur. Centaur. Sorry, I'm getting hiccups again. Centaur
You should go
Tidehunter.
deal with that first.
Yeah, my bad.
Another hiccup problem. Alright, so while Kratos is drinking some water, hopefully the hiccups will go away. He did mention the Centaur for the Team Meow side, which I could definitely see them trying to pick up the Centaur, but I would like to wait and see for what Yawa Musume have for their last pick. Potentially,
10 seconds
I
remaining.
would say this is going to be their carry pick. They could flex this Abaddon going into the carry slash
5
possibly,
seconds remaining.
but I would want to see what they are gonna go with here for
Dire team ban.
Bristleback will get banned. I was actually thinking maybe they would consider Bristleback. They would think Abaddon's going 1. Bristleback would have been an option there for Yawa, but let's see. Kreos, you good there with your hiccups?
I think I haven't fixed it yet. I think I probably ate something bad or I haven't slept very well, but I'm good, don't worry.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm not sure. I think they're probably gonna go for like something like Magnus here. If I mean, it's not. I'm trying to put myself in their shoes right now. I can see them going for a Magnus pick here, because I think they are like, fuck it, we're not going for the big group up and team fight like last game. We're gonna just
Radiant team
all in on counter aggression. So, oh, nice. Okay, it's a safe lane Leshrac. I think I'm gonna guess it's a safe lane Leshrac.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Leshrac safe lead in the Big 25?
10 seconds remaining.
Okay, so I actually like this
5
draft right
seconds
now.
remaining.
I know that Abaddon actually does very well against Monkey King in lane. I know some people would disagree with me, but
Choose your hero.
oh fuck, what?
Impersa. So this is definitely going to be a whole
What?
big one. So West is going to be taking the Leshrac. So it's +3 Void Spirit.
Huh. Okay, that's a mistake. Pos tree Abaddon would have worked against Monkey King. Pos tree Void Spirit does not work against Monkey King carry. But I think they thought that Monkey King was mid to counter the Void Spirit. I think Team Yawa thought that fuck, we gotta move the Void Spirit to a different position because we don't want the same thing to happen last game. And it is a Monkey King mid. And it is
5
a
seconds.
Wind Ranger
Wind
won.
Ranger carry.
Wait,
Holy
what?
shit. What is happening?
All right.
Hmm.
Okay, these guys are clip farming here for the first game.
Yeah, they are.
Both teams are clip farming here.
I think Okay, I think 90% of the laning stage we have to look at mid. I'm not joking. It's gonna be so swingy, like it's so swing favored. DP either is gonna lifesteal like crazy and be able to hit out Leshrac, or Leshrac is gonna somehow be able to isolate the Monkey King and get like 1,000 diabolic edicts on top of him and kill him 100 to 0.
So
I don't
looking
understand
at
the way
looking at both these drafts, Krayos, who do you think comes out on top? Who do you think you favor?
Wow. I don't know, dude. I think that Timsaw is gonna bully the hell out of Abaddon. What? Um, sorry, at top. But I think I oh wow, this is hard. I don't know. I really don't know. I think I would have to look at DP. So the way I look at this game right now is that DP and West, meaning the Monkey King and the Leshrac, come out of the mid lane to support the side lanes at very different timings. Monkey King can rotate very easily at any point of the after he hits like level 5 to level 7, and just runs at the enemy. But Leshrac kind of needs a bottle. And he needs a power rune to make the plays. That's my first read. The second read is also that.
Your mic is
Yep.
getting scuffed apparently, Krayos.
Oh,
Can you
whoops,
try
my bad.
rejoining? Yeah,
Sure.
try rejoining. Anyways, so looks like we're gonna start this game off. High ground we go for Team Meow as well as YM. They're gonna be attacking each other's high ground. Oh, a huge fight. There's gonna be a huge hit coming there from the side of Team Meow. And once again, first blood going to by way of Team Meow. 1-for-1 so far. It's a clean trade-off, but that's about it. But first blood does go to Shadow onto the Wind Ranger. They get it onto West as well. Yikes.
Dude, DP getting 6 charges on his wand is actually so good right now. It's actually so good against the Leshrac. That's actually so good.
Yep, and
He can survive.
goodness gracious, Shadow again getting involved in the first blood. It looks like they will be securing the top rune at the very least. Harassment going on top of the Timbersaw, but Timbersaw should be able to walk away, and now we can finally get to introducing these two teams. Might be too little too late for that one, but we're gonna still do it nonetheless. On Radiant side, Team Meow, they're gonna have Merlin on the Tusk, DP on the Monkey King, Natate on the Timbersaw, Shadow on the Wind Ranger, ZBZ on the Hoodwink. Dire side, it's going to be YM, it's going to be West on the Leshrac, Shang on the Dark Willow, Akiboshi, Void Spirit, Corona Fan on the Shadow Shaman, Sylvain on the Abaddon. So, you already said the X factors, you already said the lanes to watch.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, am I coming through right? Is this okay?
Yep.
Alright, nice. Yeah, I mean, I think there should be quite a lot of kills at roughly level 2 or level 3 even. Or even level 5 for the top lane, because I think Timbersaw just destroys this lane.
Look at the harassment going to Corona, by the way.
Oh my god.
That was full
that's-
HP, by the way.
Dire's courier
Shit.
has been killed.
Actually, Krayos, I wanted to ask, you were saying heroes that can go well with the Tusk. You mentioned the Monkey King, you mentioned a lot of heroes, Ursa. What do you like? Do you like Wind Ranger going with the Tusk?
I think it works. It's like, it's okay, right? But it's not exactly like, you don't really abuse it, if that makes sense, right? It's not like you're really abusing the tag team or anything. You are setting a little bit for power shot, but that's it, right? Whereas like Ursa is a hero that gains more damage the more you stay on top of the enemy, so that is what Tusk facilitates. Monkey King is the same. That kind of breed of hero is what you kind of want to be looking out for. The PA, for example, is a hero. PA or AM also work really well because Tusk is also a hero that can isolate one hero from another, and PA and AM both heroes that can abuse that, right? You can quickly join the Tusk when he isolates the +4. So that's like kind of the two things that Tusks really do well as a +5. Whereas like Wind Ranger, I could argue that he kind of does a little bit of both, right? He does the range right clicks with the tag team, and he kind of is able to help the Tusk on the side when he isolates the +4 with the power shot, but it's not exactly like, super synergistic. That's the thing.
I mean, we saw it right there. Shadow Shaman basically from 650 HP like went down to 200 in a blink of an eye.
That's true.
I'm really curious to see like how much more of that can the Tusk get away with in this bottom lane. And look, Merlin just running down Corona fan. Void Spirit can't really. I mean, in most games, the Void Spirit, or rather, the Shadow Shaman won't get punished like this. But it's a Void Spirit offlane. It's not really that eye-opening to have Void Spirit to like. You're not gonna feel threatened.
This Void Spirit offlane pick, I think, is the most like question mark for me. I suspect. I mean, I do know that Uni actually quite like Universe quite likes this hero, but I do feel like it is a little bit of a weird one to pick. I imagine that it was just a response to seeing the Monkey King come out and being like, okay, we know way we can fight this Void Spirit into Monkey King, but still, I think it might have been better to just pick a normal offlaner like LC with the Universe and let Void Spirit still be mid, because we still saw, right, like last game, even though Puck had a really bad matchup, like he actually managed to get quite a lot of things done in the mid game. So it's better to give a bad matchup than it is to kind of like really just screw up your whole draft just for the sake of doing this.
Well, maybe this is something that YM has been cooking up in pubs. Void Spirit offlane.
YM? You mean Universe?
Team YM, sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna say the whole name. I ain't saying all that.
Yeah, no, I call him Team Yawa.
Yeah, do you know what what it means? Actually,
I imagine it's just the name of like some characters or something.
no, it's
one
actually
anime.
here in the Philippines. It's actually another dialect in Visayas, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, it means demon, but people
wow.
use it.
Okay.
People use it as a. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they use it like as an insulting term or as an expression in a sense. But it means
Okay.
demon. But I'm not super sure. Someone should educate
I'm just
me what they
watching.
use.
I'm just watching DP destroy West right now.
Bottom
Monkey
side.
King. It's like
Verone.
oh
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Kill shot. Oh, blocked. It actually gets blocked there by foul
nice.
play. But nonetheless, it will still be a kill going towards the Merlin Tusk.
yeah. We're gonna see. So if you look at mid, right, the last hit matchup is quite bad for the Leshrac, and we're actually gonna see a little bit of domination coming out.
How's it feel?
The Monkey
Oh,
King
mid.
is starting to make a move.
Oh, three
this
heroes
is-
in the mid lane. He does use the Diabolic Edict. They're forced to back away. There's no Boundless Strike yet on the Monkey King, but Merlin
No, they gotta run. They have
works
to run.
forward. They have to run away, but the Bramble Maze catches Merlin on the way
There
out.
is a
so-
Boundless Strike coming out right now. He can get
Oh,
both of them.
big
Oh my god.
boundless foul
Yes.
play. He's gonna stay alive though on the Shadow Shaman. No mana left here on the Leshrac. There's gonna be the shackle, but Shang. No cooldowns, but DP trying to push forward. Water Rune will get picked up here by the Leshrac.
Oh my god.
Can he close the gap? The slow, the one, DP falls down to
DP.
West. Beautifully played. Bramble Maze also catches out Z Mingzi. And the Shadow Realm strike brings him down. 3 for
Oh my
0 in the
goodness,
mid
dude.
lane.
That fear of commitment by DP kind of really screwed them up. Once they kind of saw that they were going on Tusk, he either should have used that opportunity to build up stacks of his Jingu or just get the hell out. But he was like really greedy with the Boundless Strike play that he was trying to do.
Arguably,
Unfortunate.
this is the best start that Wes has had.
Yes. Actually, he was losing mid really hard right before this, and as he should, right? Monkey King is a really strong mid laner, but like right now, it's actually really bad for DP. Like DP's net worth is taking quite a big hit. Wes is actually getting up on the farm.
2-0 on Shang, 1-1 on the Leshrac, 1-1 on Corona fan. So good start here for Team YM.
Interestingly enough, I'm seeing that Abaddon bully out the Timbersaw, who's a level higher than him. So right now I'm being like, what's going on here? It's a bit strange, not gonna lie.
Suspicious activity. Illegal activity, so to speak. Enrager continue to free farm. She's gonna go for the Diffuser Blade. And not today, he has to be careful. Taking a whole lot of damage. Just have a stick. Oh, Wind Ranger, bottom side. Trying to contest the Lotus, but she's happy to fight this one. She has a big stick. Wind Run will get popped as well. Uni gonna try to fight this one out. Does have the kill shot at the ready. Regen, kill shot, connects onto Akiboshi.
Oh no, he got trapped.
And looks
He
like
trapped
he will
himself.
die for that one, but it looks like Shadow, snowball save, is gonna be enough. Oh, she had wind run!
He had wind run. He had wind run. Oh my
She
god.
had wind run, but not able to use it as topside. They take down the Timber Saw, so 2 for 2 across the map. But that's a solo kill, is it? Or rather, Abaddon gets a free 1 for 0 trade-off on bottom side.
How is Abaddon destroying the Timber Saw? This is the weirdest thing I'm seeing. What is happening?
Timber Saw has no stat item apart from a singular bracer.
This is so weird. This should not be happening. Wow. Okay, I guess my read of the matchup was wrong. Abaddon destroys Timber Saw.
Welcome to the Big 25. We've seen stranger things happen. Lane.
Okay, so you see that so back to the offlane Void Spirit, we actually see an Urn being bought, and he has 1 charge now, and he's going for Naked Brown Boots into Bracer Urn. I actually think this is an interesting build, and I mean obviously Uni is the offlane specialist, right? So he knows what he's doing. I would say that he's just hit 6, and this is the chance for him to actually go in and kill the Wind Ranger. And
It is
we're gonna
probably
see.
going to be the vessel build that some offlaners tend to go to. Oh,
Yeah.
upside.
Oh, Abaddon's ulti got popped at top.
Sylvain is forced to use the ultimate. Borrowed time use. So
And
there's
he's
gonna
dead.
be a bushwhack. The jump forward, does have the wand, but not enough to keep him alive. So too aggressive there on Sylvain. Ziming Z gets that kill.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that you can
Oh,
stand.
mid lane.
I was.
DP! He's dead!
Holy shit.
Ran down by the disco. What do you call that? What did they call the Shrek? The disco donkey, was it?
Disco Pony.
The disco pony.
Oh my god, dude. Okay,
Bottom.
so I just rewatched what happened, and he just ran away from the Shrek instead of just manning up to him and getting the Jingo snipes, which would have actually saved his life, because he had a creep wave that he could have jingoed a boundless. Right
Bottom
there.
side, looks like Shadow got dove by 3 heroes. Gonna get that kill on him, and there's gonna be another go on. Hex going out on top of Merlin, but not enough mana, or rather, they don't have the shackle just yet. Snowball onto the neutral camp. Looks like Uni's gonna dodge that one out, but Merlin playing around this one. Can he stall? Stall. Merlin in the tree line. Shackle
Oh,
shot
what
will
a
be connecting.
shackle.
Oh, but look at
Holy
the damage!
shit.
Focus fire just rips apart Akaboshi, and Merlin is dancing on him! Merlin!
What the hell, Merlin?
That is nasty! Corone juking around, he gets Merlin
Oh my
anyway! He's too
God.
greedy! Shadow
This is
will
hilarious.
probably get this kill onto the Shadow Shaman at the very least, but
Tower is under attack.
worth it. 2 for 1 bottom side, Merlin!
Damn, dude. Merlin doing some big plays there. That was really, really cool. So now the interesting thing is that with all this happening in the other lanes, I'm really curious as to why the Timbersaw is just not diving the Abaddon over and over again. Like, you just basically take all of his HP in one combo, you do it twice and he can't stay in lane anymore. Why is he so afraid? He sees everybody else on the
Under
map.
attack.
His goals are beyond your understanding. Clearly, it is beyond your understanding, Kraos. I still remember like last season where, oh, mid lane, Ching, pressured, but the Bramble Maze will be catching on to these 2 heroes. Shadow Shaman in the area as well. Curse Crown plus the Shackle should secure the kill onto Merlin. Oh, actually, they will get the Soul Ball off first. Terrorize will be missing out there on the
Oh
Tusk,
my god.
but they will still get the kill onto the Tusk, and DP, ooh, almost caught out there.
Oh, Team Meow is
By
fudging a
West.
little bit. That's
mid
a
lane.
little bit of a fudge there.
Here comes Shadow. He's gonna use the Focus Fire, but looks like the Shadow Realm will be protecting that Dark Willow. Where, oh, West is actually in a whole lot of trouble. Will be falling down there. Shadow will get the kill. Yeah, Shadow does get the kill out the Shang. Shadow
That is
gonna
cool.
try to get away from this one. Looks like he will. And Akiboshi has to be careful. No escape spells with a Bushwhack landing on top of him. The Chain Stun, is it there? Does have Resonant Pulse to keep him alive. Gets another stack up, but goodness gracious, the dive there by Shadow. I thought Shadow was dead.
Yeah, I think it's very weird that DP is going for 2 points only in Jingo. He could actually, you know, make a lot more impact, I feel, and turn around a lot more of these fights with the higher levels in Jingo. But yeah, I mean, he is opting to go for more points in Tree Dance, which means that he's intending to farm a little bit more on the creep waves, in my opinion. Okay, Abaddon ulti was done. They're gonna dive him now. Oh my god. The one time he dove,
Tower is under attack.
the one time the Abaddon's teammates were around, he chose to dive the Abaddon.
Unfortunato.
Yeah, I'd say this is a little bit of a misplay because there were a lot of moments on the other side of the map where Abaddon and Timber were 1v1 and Timbersaw could have dived him at any time. But now he does it and the Shaman and Dark Below are just waiting there for him. Oh well. It is what it is.
I mean, at the very least, Krios, we get the
It's
closer
about
game.
stacks.
Radiant's
Oh yeah,
tower is
I was gonna
under
say there are a
attack.
lot of stacks right now in the Radiant Triangle. If you have a look, Zeeming Z is gonna do another one. You're gonna see a
Who's this
double
for?
quadruple
Is this
stack.
for
Yeah,
Timbersaw?
yeah. Oh my god. No! He right clicked his friendly hero early, so he basically sent the creeps walking back a bit too early and he didn't get the stack. But yeah, I'm assuming this is for Timbersaw because nobody else can clear it.
This is a really big stack. That's like what? That's 2 on the ancients and
Three.
3 on the ancients. This
3 on
is
both.
Yeah, there's 3 stacks on both.
That's a bingo.
Upside. Looks like there's gonna be a go on top of Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman will be saved by the Aphotic Shield, but there goes a wall response. Terrorize will be flying out, but it's gonna be dodge, and looks like Shadow will be getting right clicks onto West. West will be falling down, but Shadow is gonna get stunned up. He's gonna fall down. Sylvain gets a kill onto Merlin in the backside. 2 for 1 so far. Very worth it at the moment. As Shadow Shaman will finally be going down to Zeeming Z. 2 for 2 overall. Zeeming Z is now dominating, but you lose the mid laner. But Shadow gives up a streak.
Dire's bottom
There's
tower
a
is under attack.
Diffusal Blade on the Wind Ranger, which I think is quite interesting because I actually think this is a big counter to Leshrac, right? If Leshrac doesn't get like enough mana to stand in the middle of fights, he can't kill the enemies before they kill him, and
Dire's top
you know
tower is
how that
under
works,
attack.
right? It's either he dies or they die,
Structures are fortified.
and without mana, it's he dies.
Dire's
I mean,
top tower
Abaddon
is
going for the
under attack.
Radiance, right? I see, like, I guess Abaddon with 0 mana is nothing. It's not an Abaddon to be feared, right? But
Dire's top tower
very
is
There's a
interesting.
under
Radiance,
attack.
right?
Aggressive, yeah.
So
Interesting aggressive item because usually back when Wind Ranger was still the carry or built as carry, oh mid lane, oh gets caught up with the bramble. I think it's just straight up dead. Snowball save. I don't think it's gonna be helpful. They think it's gonna go on top of him. Shadow is gonna try to run away, but West will be able to use his disco power to bring down Shadow.
yeah, West has got a Blink Dagger now, and this is a really important power spike timing. Right, we mentioned before that DP needed to win his lane and then get the power spike timing a lot earlier than.
Stolen!
Oh, nice.
Bottom tower is under attack.
DP under their noses. There's gonna be a shackle right on top of him, but there's gonna be an edict. That's a lot of damage. Merlin has to be very careful. Merlin will be falling down. Shadow Shaman, he's gonna try to turn this one. The blink forward DP. He bit off more than he can chew.
Yeah, no, you can't. Oh, this is terrible. Monkey King is running in without vision of the other heroes on the map, and it's quite bad because you know you have a haste rune, but you're against a Dark Willow and a Shaman. You're never really gonna run away and be able to slip away. So I'd say that's a pretty big misplay. Oh well.
Dax will be taken finally by the Timbersaw. Does have Takaya
Yeah.
going for the Blink Dagger next. Looking
Bottom
around
tower is under
across the
attack.
map item-wise. So no real big items. Radiance now on the Abaddon actually. Abaddon has to be careful. Uh-oh. Abaddon does have the Radiance. It gets delivered in, but he does not have the mana. Ice Shards will be locking him in. Does have the borrowed time. Will be using this one. But they're just gonna wait for him to go away. Terrorize!
What an
Beautiful!
amazing terrorize. Dude,
Chef-
Dark Willow has been playing so well this game.
Chef's kiss, Sheng. He was 210 last game. Now he's 5-1.
Yeah,
Condiment-
Dark Willow.
compliments
Oh,
to the
they're
chef.
going Leshrac.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. West is gonna fall
Yeah.
down here. Yikes.
He just make
Oh, that was a great initiation by DP actually. If they showed before DP stun, Leshrac could have actually just blinked out, and that whole rotation would have been wasted. So this is really good.
At the very least, Sylvain stays alive, but you do lose West. But again, Sheng. Stark contrast from game 1, game 2.
Yeah, I mean, again, I said I think these players are actually not bad players. In fact, I think they're playing really well. But in game 1, just it was a big draft difference, really. The draft was just so easy to execute on Team Meow. They literally had to turn their brains off, farm until a timing, and then smoke, and then group, and then run and push the tower, and then that was it. But this game, they decided to draft themselves a Wind Ranger carry, Monkey King mid that's quite not very farmed, and yeah, it's not looking good for them now.
Smoke movement here from the side of YM looks, or sorry, on the side of Team Meow. Ooh, blink away there from the Leshrac, keeps him alive. They do have a Mage Slayer though at on the Monkey King, and look at the Monkey King. That tree looks a little bit weird, no? There's a cloud on the tree. The tree is moving, and they find the tusk in the river. Very easy pickings there, as Merlin stays alive for a little bit longer. They will be jumping on the backside. They will find Demon Z, and Merlin will be going to his death. Oh, not today! Also gets taken down. 3 kills, and Sylvain gets 2 of them.
Yeah, really good recognition by Team Meow. Actually, they smoked under the tier 1 tower bot because they recognized that there's a whole enemy team coming to them out of position in the triangle, and they were like, you know what, we can man fight this. We have Abaddon to TP everybody in, and it's an easy kill.
And unit of YM, tier 1 on the menu.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There's gonna be Yule Scepter being delivered out to the Dark Willow in just a moment. DP mid lane. They see that he's TPing in. DP? Hello? Hoodwink dies on the backside. Akaboshi does have another astral step, but here's a terrorized Shane! He's gonna fear them back. There's gonna be a snowball save. But how long will this delay the inevitable? Not today, gets stunned up. There's gonna be another Yule Scepter. They take down Merlin. They also will be taking down the Timbersaw. Only survivor is Shadow, and Shadow is all the way topside.
There's no accident anymore.
I think DP's item build is part of the reason why his item and skill build is part of the reason why he's in this situation. He decided to go for Mage Slayer, and he chose to level up his Tree Dance in favor instead of the Jingu Mastery, which means that there's a lot of situations where he might have been able to lifesteal and out damage the opponent and wasn't able to. The truth is that one of the key reasons as to why Monkey King is in this situation right now is because he's unable to play it in the way he's unable to play in both of the 2 ways that Monkey King likes to play. Monkey King has 2 ways of playing in most games. One is he goes in, gets a kill, quickly does a bit of damage and runs out, which is what the item build that he's doing is geared for, right? He's going for Mage Slayer, he's going for Radiance, he's going for Aghanim Shard, which means that his idea is that he wants to bounce back and forth in fights. But the other way that he can play is man up, and he can't do that as well because he doesn't have a BKB, and Leshrac just kills him 100 to 0, and there's a Shaman stopping him from doing this. But at the same time, he can't run in and out because there's a Dark Willow placing traps all over the ground, a Shaman who would just shackle him, and yeah, he can't do anything. He can't do either. So the truth is that I would say he needs like to go for either a Diffusal or Echo Saber and then straight BKB.
You know what I do find weird though, Krios? I didn't really get to ask you this. We didn't really touch on the Hoodwink +4. I talked about this with some friends the other day, and I was just saying how Hoodwink +4, it just fell out of favor just because of how greedy Hoodwink is as a support.
Yeah, I mean, once Gleipnir kind of got deleted as an item, the hero was no longer. Oh my god, Wind Ranger just got caught.
BKB will get used though, but there's a focus fire on top of Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman will be falling down. It's gonna be a little bit of a drive-by shooting, courtesy of the Wind Ranger's Shadow. And looks like Shang will be following him into the grave. Could have been worse for the side of Team Meow, as here comes Sylvan. He's gonna be more than happy to chase this one. West will be blinking forward. There comes the Disco Pony, but he's being free-hitted right now. It looks like West, he might have bit off more than he can chew. He's gonna be falling down, but here comes Akaboshi from the sidelines. Will be taking down the Wind Ranger. Merlin will be falling down on the backside. Everywhere there is chaos. This fight is split up, and looks like Sylvan, he's gonna try to man fight this Monkey King, but the Monkey King, with the borrowed time, is able to leave the ring, but DP, changing of the guards, he's gonna keep him alive just for a little bit longer, but here comes Sylvain. DP is now surrounded, and he's gonna be hit down by this Abaddon. Akeboshi with an arcane rune, by the way, chasing for Ziming Z. DP out, does he know? No, he does not. Akeboshi unable to get that one, but overall 3 for 3 if my math is correct.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't think there's not much to think about here. DP is not equipped to
They're still
play these
fighting.
fights.
Sylvan,
Oh my God.
he doesn't have borrowed time. And the free hit from the Wind Ranger. He's gonna try to keep him alive. Sylvan will fall
Nice.
down to the timber side. The backside Shadow Shaman will be falling down to Merlin. And looks like a Kaboshi. He does not have any escape spells left. They will take down the Wind Ranger at the very least. There's gonna be a Dissimulate at the ready. Where will you go? Akaboshi will go down to the low ground. Does have another step at the ready. Punch up. The heal. Resonant Pulse also. He's gonna push forward into them. Akaboshi. He's gonna survive. No. Shot
Holy
down by the
shit.
sharpshooter. 3 for 1
That was
top
actually
side.
a lot of space being bought. I know the Abaddon died, but once the universe on Void Spirit like started kiting them, the Leshrac actually went bot and soaked up a shit ton of farm. It was actually a lot of space that he got right now, and he's got the Kaya and Sanj, and he's going for the BKB next. But to recap on the previous fight, one of the reasons why it initially went so well was because Wind Ranger got the BKB and was able to kill off 2 supports in a very short time window. And then afterwards they were able to kill the Leshrac, but yeah, I'm gonna say it this straight up. I actually really disagree with the build that DP is going now. I know that he's kind of committed to it already, but this build needs a BKB ASAP, which is not what he's going for.
And I also
Going for
feel like
Radiance.
mid monkey is usually known as, you know, this aggressive mid that can set tempo. That's usually the first item is always usually Diffusal unless you have such a
Yes.
good start, you go Radiant straight up, right? Mage Slayer, like what you're saying, it doesn't really answer anything as Tormentor, or rather, the Monkey King does use the Twin Gate to get out of there. Zeeming Z actually breaks the smoke, but they know he's around. Someone is around here. Zeeming Z. Oh, they found him.
Oh my god, he's dead.
But this is a lot of space. Choking and jiving in the tree line. Gonna get caught out by the root. A 3-man bushwhack, but it's gonna delay the inevitable.
Hashtag
false out.
space. That's what it is.
Hashtag space,
yeah.
but now they're all around for the Tormentor Chaos.
So, actually, the build that DP is going for is a build that I actually see quite
Ooh.
often on carry players going for. So, from what I understand, there is a Monkey King carry build that exists out there, which is actually quite popular, which is going for Mage Slayer first, and then going for Radiance, and then going for Aghanims afterwards. And what this does is that it actually allows you to put random monkeys all over the place, farming creep waves really, really fast. However, I feel like for Monkey King mid, Mage Slayer, I guess, is his answer to
Oh.
stopping the
Shadow.
Shrek from killing
Shadow.
him. Oh shit.
Oh no.
Goodbye, Shadow.
He gets jumped.
Okay.
Very
Well,
dead there on the Wind Ranger.
yeah, how to react even with the BKB, because there's a Shaman of Blink now. But yeah, I was... Oh, they're going for Roche now. Okay, so while they're taking Roche, I can quickly say that... I mean, the Mage Slayer, I feel, was probably his answer to say that, hey, fuck it, you know, I'm against the Leshrac. I want to be the person and be able to man up to him. But after that, you need the BKB, dude. Like, yeah, this Radiance is not going to do anything. I guess it's going to help you scale, and I guess it's its way of saying that, you know what, they don't push very fast. I can get the Radiance and still like scale probably, and maybe I can get the tick to kill the Shaman. But Shaman now has Shard, which means that Shaman is no longer going to die to a random like Radiance tick, because he's going to be able to pop the one after he gets the foul play off. So
Jump attempt
I
there
don't
by
see the
Silver.
value. Ooh, nice. But I don't see the value of the Radiance at all. I really don't. He needs a BKB and he needs it soon because the fight is gonna happen.
Mid lane, gonna be pressured. They don't have Serpent Ward just yet. 50 more seconds for that one. But way that the Abaddon has just so much farm, you don't really need the wards until you go high ground. And even if they do plant the ward, who deals with it? A Wind Ranger with barely anything?
I think
only
at
the
this
Wind
point
Ranger.
you don't really care about the wards anymore. You just care about the people who are barreling down your lane and
Shadow
initiating on
Shaman?
you.
Ooh, very close
Oh,
there.
that was close. That was close.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So has Uni changed your mind about Void Spirit offlane?
No, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I understand that it is a hero that he plays a lot, and he has been getting a lot of impact from it. But the truth is that, like, I think this is really a Team Meow screw up rather than a universe playing on offlane and winning the lane stuff kind of thing. I mean it kind of works because you have actually two frontliners to kind of like go in and out for you, and you have a lot of like shit being thrown on the floor, so you don't actually need that frontline hero to go in and initiate like an LC on Mars. But honestly, I would say that I put Uni on any other hero and he probably would have had even more impact. But again, against the Monkey King, putting him on a hero that gets Spirit Vessel, really good. It also answers the fact that he picked Void Spirit, may have picked Void Spirit mid, and then got countered with the Monkey King mid. So yeah, kudos to them. Maybe it was it
Tier
worked
2
out.
tower in mid and bottom has now been taken out. This Aegis starting to show its dividends. 27 minutes in, 9k gold lead for the side of YM, 29 to 19. Leading the kills right now is 7 kills for Wes and Sylvain on the side of Team Meow. It's Shadow with 7, but 7 deaths as well.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, on the side of Team Meow, Kreos, what do you think are the steps to maybe try to come back into this game?
I've been wondering that for a while. I think it all comes down to initiation, to be honest. Like the team of Team Yawa now works really well together if they're separated. If they're together. But if they're separated, I mean Leshrac dies quite easily to Wind Ranger, right? It's not like you really have any saves apart from the Abaddon. And Leshrac West doesn't have a Ghost Scepter or an Aghanims yet, so it is possible for Wind Ranger to just turn on BKB, run in, and just 100 to 0 the Leshrac. But Leshrac now has the Aegis, so that becomes very hard. You can't do that at all for the Void Spirit or the Abaddon, and what I'm also observing is that the Shaman and the Dark Willow are literally just bodying the Leshrac, meaning that it's going to be very hard for you to get an initiation of the Leshrac that isn't somehow dealt with by Glimmer Cape on the Leshrac or a Shackle or something else from the
Upside.
Shaman.
They're gonna be using the Serpent Ward to try to take this tier 3 tower. Response now for Team Meow. They're gonna TP back except for Shadow. Shadow's gonna try to split push mid lane. And look at the shards with the ice shards with the shard. Try saying that a couple of times.
Oh my God.
DP going in, but look at that damage going on top of Leshrac.
Okay,
He's
I
just
think
dead.
Wes just screwed up really hard. He does not
Wes,
have
he's gonna
BKB
get
here.
punched up. Wes is dead. Hold on a minute. Are we watching YM or are we watching the professional swim team, diving team? What?
Oh man, I think Wes might have thought that Abaddon and Void Spirit
Hold on a
were gonna
second,
jump
they're
in
on
with
the
him.
hunt. Shadow Shaman, not long for this world as well. Corona looks like he will be going down, but looks like DP might have bit off a little bit more than he could chew. Corona fan will be falling down, but Akaboshi
Nice
will
one,
get the
Uni.
trade off at the very least onto the Monkey King. But here comes the Valkyrie, punched up. The mana is a problem, but the Glimmer Cape will be used. Where's the detection? Where's the dust? Support, bring the dust out. Sylvan saves his off later for now, but the push forward. Wind Ranger all alone. Where's the help? This is so disjointed. Akaboshi will be falling down to the Devil Saw Sylvan with Barrow Time will be finally activated. The dust comes out. 5 seconds too late. 5 years too late. 2 for 2 so far. Good grief. What is happening, Kreos?
Yeah, Again, I just want to say, DP, get your freaking BKB, man. Your Radiance isn't doing shit. Oh my god. I swear, if he had BKB earlier... Oh man. Okay, sorry, I'll shut up about DP. I'm so sorry, DP.
Usually I'm with your... I am not used to DP getting flamed here on the cast. Usually it's
Yeah,
people
that's
doing...
the thing. DP is usually such a... Like, playing so well in all these games. Like, I've never seen him have a bad game before. So this is, like, very shocking to me to see DP, like, itemized in this way. But... Again, it's a tough game. It's pressured. He got very well rotated too by the Team Yawa. So, hey, I'm probably wrong.
You know,
But
it's
yeah,
it's kind of like a breath of fresh air because usually I have people here on cast going like, "Oh, Shadow this, oh, Flygon that."
admittedly, I would say that Shadow, while not like popping off, he's actually been doing decent, I would say. Apart from the occasional pickoff, which is inevitable with the Shaman, but I'd say the Shadow has been doing pretty okay, quite solid, better than I expected from a Wind Ranger carry. Not today is on the Timbersaw. I would say hasn't really been doing what I expected him to, because I thought he was gonna be a lot more active with Timbersaw, but perhaps it's because Team Yawa has been initiating, so he's never really found that space to go in. But now that he has a BKB, maybe that changes.
Yeah, it's gonna build into the Kaya-san's next. Do you want to see an Aghanim's maybe come out on the Timbersaw, maybe even a Shivis guard to help withstand this?
I don't think that works, to be honest. Most of the damage on the
There's a Bloodthorn, by the way, on the Baron.
oh god. Wait, is Aghanims a physical barrier or is it just a pure damage barrier? Is it all damage barrier
It
or is
says
it
here
physical?
200 damage barrier.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume that it's all damage. If I'm gonna be very honest, I don't think he should go for Aghanims. But to be honest as well, I don't really know what other item he can go right now.
There's a Nullifier coming out on the Baron as well.
Oh my god. Hey, if Wind Ranger makes it to level 25, then Nullifier is completely useless. Well, no, sorry. If Wind Ranger gets to level 25 and Monkey King gets to his BKB, the Nullifier is useless.
I mean, you see Nullifier will be useless, but if a Baron gets a Bloodthorn off on the Wind Ranger, it doesn't really make a difference.
That's true. Well, he has a BKB, right? And then he just wind runs
Oh,
away.
oh,
my
not
god,
today!
he's dead.
He blunt forward! He does have a buyback at least.
He had there was a little bit of like time from the pop BKB, I think. I think he saw them on the board before they blinked in, but yeah, it's hard to.
It was one of the
do that
heroes with
reaction.
buyback at least.
Yeah,
Bottom
they
side.
caught DP.
Oh,
They
DP!
caught DP.
DP gets caught under the ward.
Yeah.
Now
So I wanna
that's a
point
hero
out-
with no buyback.
I want to point out this really good play, more like team discipline play that Team Yawa did, which was that when they saw somebody on.
Hold
when they saw
on.
Monkey King-
Mid lane. You want to try going for West? West's gonna get punched up. He just lost a shield rune as well. He's gonna get BKB off. Shadow is not committing. Shadow didn't commit.
Oh, I think that was a free kill right there. Actually, he had
They're
BKB,
gonna
he
bring
had
the
wind-
Tusken deeper. He's dead.
Oh, Shadow, that was actually a free kill on the Leshrac.
You
just saw them at
cursed.
bot.
You just cursed Shadow.
Radiant's bottom
Damn,
tower
dude.
is under attack.
So going back to my original thought, I just wanted to say that Team Yama actually did a really nice thing, which was they TP'd basically their whole team back
Radiant's bottom
to
tower
get
is
the
under attack.
Monkey King, which makes them less vulnerable to a counterplay. The only hero that remained was the Leshrac, but he was in a safe enough position that his team was able to connect to him if Team Meow did try to initiate on him. And that's actually what we saw. If, for example, the Shaman...
Oh, push forward, not today. He's gonna try to get in the top of West. West does not have a BKB available. He used it a while ago. There's gonna be a break on top of Sylvan. Sylvan forced to use the borrowed time. Going up to the high ground. Shadow has to be careful. Does still have the BKB. There's gonna be the Wukong command. Gonna get dropped right on top of Akeboshi. Akeboshi, can they get the kill? The fear away. Timbersaw lives. Akeboshi as well. There's gonna be a shackle on top of Sylvan. Sylvan has to be careful. He does not have much mana left in attack. Does not have a borrow time as well. Shadow, he's taking a whole lot of physical damage. Can he get away? Yes, he barely able to get away. West, no, Shadow gets a kill. West falls down to ZBXZ though. DP getting kited up here with the shackle. ZBXZ dancing, juking, driving. Akeboshi back into the dissimulate into ZBXZ. ZBXZ in a whole lot of trouble. Will fall down, but Akeboshi gets traded off. Shadow actually died to the crest of a furnace, and here comes DP, slaps him with his giant stick. I don't care how bad that sounds. 2 for 3. Team Meow stay alive somehow, some way.
That was actually really good. Not today, I was just criticizing Not Today earlier, but he played really freaking well. He went in, he poked out a bit of damage, he got the initiation to jump on him, and then they counter initiate it, right? Which is exactly the job of the pulse tree. Go in, get vision of the enemy, get a little bit of damage out, use your BKB if you have to, and then your team can follow up afterwards. And that's possibly what Team Meow has been missing the entire game, and they are starting to come back. And BKB has come out on DP. This is really important because now I feel like his team fight presence just changes. He can now just fully commit to team fights, if that makes sense, which is what we did see in the previous fight. as
Guns
well.
available. Merlin scouts this one out.
Ooh.
Merlin in this rune.
They see. I'm not sure. Do they see Merlin? Let me
I
see.
think he's. Do they? He's edged out.
No, they don't see. No, they don't see Merlin. They don't see him.
Merlin, I think he saw Corona, but Sylvan, he's gonna be running in. You have to watch out. 74 gets caught out. The Bloodthorn, he's just getting beaten down by Sylvan.
Ooh.
Dead for 4 for 50, no buyback. Roshan lets out a roar. Looks like that's gonna deter them from contesting this, Roshan. With the death of the Tusk and Shadow. All the way in bottom lane, not today in the jungle. This should be a very easy Roshan pickup for the side of YM.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
It's gonna be another Aegis on West. Roshan banner as well. Tusk should be up for this next fight. Shadow continuing to push down bottom lane, going for the MKB next, but
The
West-
Leshrac is almost at the. Oh, the Leshrac now has the Shiva's guard.
doesn't have mana though for this one.
He doesn't care really. It will it will regen eventually, and he does have the Aegis, right?
Are we gonna see the disco pony, or are we gonna see the diving pony?
Oh! They just found someone.
Where?
No, they didn't. Oh, my bad. Sorry. I saw someone blink, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Who's there? I was like, am I schizophrenic?
Okay.
Shield rune gonna be picked up here by the Leshrac. Back to BKB.
Okay, so earlier on you asked me what is needed for Team Meow to like make the plays and take back the fight. I think an important thing for DP to do, I know I keep talking about DP, but okay, hear me out. I think if DP can get on top of Shaman and or Dark Willow, pop the BKB and just kill them 100 to 0, it actually makes a significant impact in the fights, because then Timbersaw can come in and also divert some attention. And then afterwards, they can find a way to trap somebody, especially Leshrac, inside of the Wukongs, if possible. Or they get the Wind Ranger ulti on top of the Leshrac.
By
The
the way,
Wukongs come on.
sorry, shout out to Hoodwink, 20-second sharpshooter.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Oh,
attack.
Lotus Orb, push forward. Uh-oh, Hoodwink, she can get into the trees? No, she can't. The same
Yeah, Lotus.
Orb. Two-man stun there. They still have the Wukongs at the ready. Another sharpshooter will be flying out, but Roshan's
Look out for
banner will
not
get
today.
placed down.
Not today will do something.
Not today. Will he be able to do something? There's gonna be a push back there by the Wind Ranger. There's gonna be the Wukong command. There's gonna be a double shackle shot. Beautiful one as well. Can they get the kill out the West? That's
Nice.
The
Oh, that's
damage is
sick.
right there. They will take down West. That's gonna be the first light to simulate in the backside. Akaboshi trying to find a Hoodwing. Won't be able to do so. One for none so far, but that is just the Aegis round number 1. Rax will be falling down. This is gonna be the first Rax of the game. The big bad Serpent Ward takes down the ranged Rax, and now they're gonna set their attention to the mid lane. What has been committed so far? No BKB on the Wind Ranger. They still have a BKB on the Leshrac. No ulti
I
on the
feel like-
Abaddon.
I feel like there was an opportunity in that last fight for them to actually go on the supports instead on the Monkey King and then follow up the Timber Sword, because the truth is that you're never really going to kill the Void Spirit or the Abaddon, and Leshrac is kind of gone Aegis, right? So if instead you guys, Team Meow somehow got on top of the supports and then dropped the Wukongs on top of them because they know that the 3 cores would jump on top of them instead, I think it would have made an even better fight, and they may not have lost the Rax. Or they would have lost the Rax anyway because of the Shaman ulti. But you get what I mean, right?
Yep.
Because the Shaman and the Willow are just, as much as the Leshrac is taking damage and is going in and is getting harassed, the 2 supports are basically full HP every single fight. Their games are so easy.
Oh, mid lane. Shadow has to be careful. Gets caught off by the Lotus Orb.
God.
No, Shadow! He doesn't have a stun! He doesn't have a BKB! He stuns DP! He's gonna break down his own teammate into the grave, DP! Can he try to juke around? The shard
Okay, he's
saves
fine.
him!
Nice.
DP stays alive, but the same cannot be said for Shadow. No BKB, no buyback. No Wukongs as well. Disastrous. And in the backside,
Today goes in.
the Timber Saw not today goes in. And
Oh, he
he's
didn't
gonna
pop
get
BKB.
ripped apart. He didn't have the BKB buyback available for the Timber Saw. The Tusk will fall down as well. This time he has a buyback. Sharpshooter barely misses out, but DP with his long stick once again gets that kill onto the Dark Willow. Buyback from the
Buyback
Timber,
on the
from the
Tusk.
Tusk. Now they're gonna try to turn around on that Kaboshi. BKB will now be popped here by the Timber Saw. Going in, pushing forward. Small response on the Shadow Shaman. He lets down the ward. The Kaboshi Boy Spirit jumping in and out. Gets a kill on the Z Big Z. Getting kind of around there. Not today. Tusk will die back. They're also low. But look at the chain. The stuns. Not today. Dead again. That's a die
that's
back.
the game. That is the game, I think. Yeah, that's the game. The Timbersaw is so key in these fights, and there's no more BKBs left. Oh, there's a BKB on the Monkey King, but as I said, right, the Shaman and the Dark Willow are literally free in these fights.
What is there left in the tank? The push fire from the DP. He wanted to try to get the kill on the Akaboshi. He's gonna get the Wukong, or rather, the Boundless activated, but he's just getting kited around. Looks like the Monkey King will be falling down. There's an buyback available. They will be taking down DP at the very least. Now Shadow's back in this fight. The buyback now on top of the Leshrac. Oh, BKB active for Shadow. Shadow, is he gonna use it? Finally uses it a little bit late there. Wukong's to
Oh, they're baiting him in.
and they're gonna be pulling them inside here. But look at Shadow. Shadow is in the base. Shadow, can he get away? No, he cannot. Triple kill for Sylvan. Buyback
Oh my
now from
god, he had a
Shadow.
blink.
Got a triple kill.
Blink out there from the Abaddon. They're throwing bodies on bodies from Team Meow. And the Hex coming out on top. Shadow, this is a buyback 4-man stun from DP. But it's not enough to keep Shadow alive.
At least Ra would have put up a fight.
DP is just forced to watch his ancient crumble against YM. And they're gonna get their win back. 1-1.
Damn. Alright. Team Yawa showing up on game 2. I think, honestly, I take back what I said. They executed the draft really, really well. Universe really did well, pulled his weight towards the end of the game, but I think MVP for this one goes to Wes. That's for me, at least. What do you think?
I feel like Sylvan obviously would probably be the first thoughts that come to my mind in
That's
this
fair, yeah.
in this game. But that's gonna do it here. Let's see if let's bring back like the old classic Phoenix thing. Let's see if there's anyone here that's open for an interview. Right. Yeah, sent the distress call, the bat signal for both these two teams. But what what a first game, first week here for Phoenix Dota. Welcome back, I guess, Phoenix. We missed you.
Yeah, clearly both teams were out for blood because they were fighting non-stop, like every single time. Like the number of deaths in both games or kills in both games are really high. So clearly, they just want to fight. They just want to play some Team Dota.
Yeah, we'll give it a little bit before we see if anyone's going to be coming for an interview, no matter who, whether they're MVP or not. But that's gonna wrap things up for the series. 1-1 Team Meow and Yawa Musume Pretty Animal. So let's see if there's actually any ongoing games that we can announce. So happening right now is actually TBD1 and Saving Low Prior Dan. That's for I believe that's the Oz side, no? Or is that still the same?
I'm not sure actually. Let me have a look. It's C Premier.
Oh, a premier game.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get an interview going up in this place. But yeah, would you think of those matches, Krayos?
I mean, hey, look, I think the skill levels of both teams are very high. I think clearly you can see that they've been practicing a bit. I think both of these teams have quite a lot of experience with playing with each other, and I'm actually very impressed by Team Meow, especially in game 1. But Team Yawa's execution of pushing forward in fights and stuff was really good as well in game 2. So
Oh wait,
yeah, both teams
I can't
teams to
drag
watch out
people.
for.
Can you drag DP over here? Uni
Oh
and
yeah,
DP.
sure. Oh, Uni and DP. Holy shit. Okay.
One for each team. It doesn't really. It's a first week. We can have Usually, Phoenix they want both anyways. Both winning.
Okay, wait one sec. I need to figure out how to. Oh my god. Okay, I can drag them, but I need to minimize the Discord because it's so big. Oh, I can't drag them. Oh damn. Okay,
Uh,
my mod rights have been removed. It seems. Shall
um,
we go to them?
I think we have to. Wait, can we? I can't even chat.
We. I can't go to their team chat, so
Flygon, help!
no. We go to the create new team. No, fuck it. What? Where is this
Yeah, you
voice
just want to
chat?
get. Let's just go to general, bro. Like,
General. Okay, let's go to
let's just
general.
go to the general call. Where is general call? There it is. Alright. Okay, instead we just go to general here. Hopefully they can come on. But something to please. Perfect. There they
All
are.
right.
Up.
Hello.
Okay, so let's
What's up, people?
we'll keep this short and brief for the both of you, just so that we don't hold you hostage for too long. So let's start with recency bias. We'll start with Uni from Yawa Musume Pretty Animal. We'll start with you first, and then we'll go to DP. But yeah,
Uh,
can you introduce yourself real quick?
Me introduce myself.
Yep.
I'm going with the new alias now. So no one fucking call me Universe anymore, bro. Call
Oh.
me Active Bush. No,
What
I'm
the
kidding.
fuck?
Okay, if for real though, that was like a really. That was the first game for us actually for my entire team. That was our first ever game together. Was the first official. Believe it or not, we never had any scrims. We never played party. That was the first ever time we ever played as a team.
Wow. And yeah, good thing you mentioned that because I mean, we saw you guys. Game one was a little bit rocky. Game number two, you did bounce back. So tell me what's the difference between game one and game two?
Game Probably the main problem was that everyone wasn't like super used to each other yet, especially because we also have like a new carry on our team. Like he's someone unheard of, but he has insane potential. But that potential can only be raised if we can, get some games with get some games with him together and stuff. That game, I think it was mostly a draft issue. I don't want to say it's Aya's fault, but honestly, it's a bit of his fault. He's starting to fall off as a drafter.
Okay, Krayos had his suspicions, and one last
Yeah, I was,
question.
but well, hey.
You want to ask something, Krayos? After
No, I wanted to say really well played on the Void Spirit offlane. I actually have seen you pull it off before, but when the draft came out, I actually was uh quite suspect of why it was the case. Can I hazard a guess to say that the Void Spirit was originally considered for mid, and then when the Monkey King came out, y'all were like, okay, fuck it, we're moving this to offlane? Was that the story or no?
No, that was not the story at all. I was planning to get Void Spirit off lane, 100% down on it.
Okay,
okay,
wow. I will
No,
not ask you to reveal your strat, but we'll look out for it.
it's just a random thing actually. I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna do Void Spirit off lane because I've had like, if I remember correctly, I have 5 win streak on my pubs as a Void Spirit off lane. Might as well fucking
really?
try it in a official, no?
I mean,
Okay,
it's
damn.
6 win streak now, I guess. So
Shit.
last question before you go. Any teams you're excited to face against moving forward?
Honestly, every team is so exciting to face against. We have We Brave. There's SY and Co. My friends there also, and there's also at your team, who I've played with a lot. I'm like very familiar with it. I'm very excited for each and every team to fight. I'm very looking
Spoiler,
forward to it.
spoiler, spoiler. Yes, I'm playing in Phoenix.
Oh,
Yes.
no one knew that yet.
I don't know.
Oh,
I think some people knew, but like I don't know if it was like super duper common knowledge. But anyways, it's okay.
I
I
see.
wasn't really hiding it. But thank you for joining us, Uni. Or sorry, Ake. I'm gonna have to get
Ah,
used to that, bro. That's disgusting. Anyways.
I was just joking. You can still call me Uni
All right,
or
all right.
Ake. Both works.
All right, so thank you, Uni, for joining, or Ake,
Thanks,
from
Uni.
YMPA. So let's move on to DP. DP, thank you for waiting there. So
Hey, DP, what's up?
are you there still, DP?
Yeah, I'm here. Sup?
Yeah, can you introduce us real quick before we get on with the interview?
Hey, what do you want me to say? Let's get to the questions. Let's go.
All right, so
Okay.
I feel like Rayos, you should like ask a couple because you have you have a lot of choice
Okay.
things.
DP, I will ask you to just not watch my commentary for game two because I was okay. Sorry, being cards on the table. I've actually because I've played against you in other leagues, right? And I've actually watched you play over the years quite a lot. And I think one thing that I've always felt like was usually the thing about you is that you usually had very good judgment of itemizations and times to go in for fights. But this game, I actually had a lot to say because I was like, where the fuck is the BKB, dude? You know, this Mage Slayer is so weird. You don't see heroes in the map when you dive in. So there was a big bulk of my commentary just going like, why is DP playing like this? Like, is someone holding him hostage? You know, is someone, what's going on? And I think that my question for you is just, uh, did anything happen while game two was happening? Were you distracted? Or could you explain the Mage Slayer Radiance like items if you could?
Well, to be honest, right, past few months I kind of haven't been playing much Dota also lah. So yeah, that's one thing. And second, I don't know. I just felt like buying Radiance, bro. I didn't even care if I need a BKB. I just felt like buying it.
Oh my god, okay. I see. I
Right,
understand now.
respect,
Straight to
respect.
my needs, bro, not the team needs.
I see. Okay, fair,
Honestly,
fair point.
respect, valid. Last question before we let you go, DP. Um, any team you were excited about fighting?
Bro, when I joined the league, right, I was actually so excited to play against Dusk, but then they got, I don't know, man. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I think they got
They
pushed
all
up
moved
to
up.
upper and then they didn't want to play upper or something. I'm not sure. I don't know what's happening there.
I was like looking forward to play against that team, and then followed by this Ayas team.
Oh, you're not looking forward to playing against me? Bro.
Oh, I didn't see the teams. I only saw these two teams.
Oh my god, dude. I know we gotta step up our
All right, bro.
publicity,
I'll
man.
see you soon, bro. For sure.
All right. So thank you for joining us, both DP and Uni. That's gonna wrap things up for tonight. So this is only the first game of Phoenix League Dota, and I believe that there's a game ongoing right now. So if you guys wanna catch that game, I believe it is TBD1 taking on Saving Low Prio Dan in the SCA that is Premier. If you guys want to catch that, it's on Dota TV. I would offer to cast that, but it's a little bit late here where I am. But yeah, Kratos, anything you want to say before we wrap up?
No, thank you, Anno, for letting me on the stream. Thanks, Uni and DP, for coming on. You guys played really good Dota. Please pretend as if I didn't say anything criticizing you guys. And yeah, thanks to the admins for having us.
All right, thank you everybody, and